autonomous drones as a greater risk than conventional arms. He also highlighted Moldova's vulnerability to Russian influence and criticized the weakness of international institutions. Now, Zelensky stressed that preventing Russian aggression now will be far less costly than future conflict and escalation. Let's close your 6 o'clock news here with acting President Paul Mashatile, who marked South Africa's Heritage Day yesterday by paying heartfelt tribute to Dr. Bettina Iso, the last fluent speaker of the new language. Celebrating Heritage Day in Oudtshoorn, he hailed Iso as a living treasure whose resilience and wisdom embody the spirit of the San people. Now, through her home-based school near Appington, she passes endangered knowledge to children, keeping heritage alive. Mashatile announced government support for her school and praised Iso as an inspiring custodian of culture, identity, and memory. He said her life's work reminds South Africans of the urgent duty to preserve languages and traditions for future generations. Well, that's where we leave your 6 o'clock news. For now, let's get the latest in sports from Graham.
Thank you so much, my friend. Let's dive in with local footballing connections. And Lamont Golden Arrows, they shocked our champions, Mamelodi Sundowns, a 1-0 win in Umlazi, ending a 5-year drought against Masandawana and handing them their first loss of the season. That is quite a moment for the club, I think. Then elsewhere, Kaizer Chiefs looking very much like they are still in their difficult phase of the season as debutant Kanyisa Mayo scored before Marumo Gallants then equalised through Jason Clifford, forcing a 1-1 draw at the FNB Stadium. And I would have thought these were points they thought they had in the bag. Now let's get into swimming. Back in the water himself, veteran Chad Leclerc returns from injury to compete at the SA Nationals in Championships in Pietermaritzburg this week, which is great news. 33-year-old will race in freestyle butterfly and even backstroke as preparation for the World Cup and 2026 Commonwealth Games. Then some rising stars to track. Chris Miahalov, Jessica Thompson and Laura van Niekerk also headline the 4-day event. Some superstars in the local water, and we are here for that. Now let's get into netball in the Spa. Baby Proteas booking their Netball World Cup Youth Cup quarterfinal spot with a dominant 86-35 win over Fiji in Gibraltar. The coach, Precious Mthembu, she rotated her squad, but South Africa still controlling from start to finish, showing the depth in that squad. They now face Cook Islands in today's last 8 clash, aiming to surpass their best ever 5th place finish, and it looks like they are on track. Now we get back into football, but a little further afield as holders Newcastle eased past Bradford 4-1 with doubles from Dolinton and William Osula, while Arsenal they beat Port Vale 2-0 thanks to Eberechi Eze's first goal for the club. Full Folden, he started as Man City defeated Huddersfield 2-0, and then Tottenham, they looked good, cruising 3-0 past Doncaster to book their spots in the League Cup 4th round. Still a few giant slayers in the mix, so we'll watch that space, but all on track for another sporting bulletin at around 7 o'clock this morning. Right now, a short little week we've got to get through. Let's see if the weather is going to help us on our way.
Thank you so much, Graham. Let's see what the South African Weather Service is saying. Well, they've issued multiple warnings today. We start off here with the yellow level 2 alert that are in place for extreme northeastern KwaZulu-Natal, the Mpumalanga Highveld, Gauteng and northeastern Northwest Province. Forecasting severe thunderstorms, heavy rainfall, damaging winds, hail, flooding and infrastructure damage. Now, residents in vulnerable areas, especially near riverbeds or informal settlements, are urged to take proactive safety measures. Now, extremely high fire danger conditions are expected in the Richtersveld District Municipality out in the Northern Cape. Local disaster management teams are coordinating with municipalities to ensure readiness and rapid response to these extreme weather events. And that all brings us to our sunrise view to kickstart this Thursday morning. And Lindo out in Lindo Tembani from Westlake sent this beautiful morning view. Oh my goodness, I know you have done a fantastic job of capturing just the essence of the sun and those beautiful sun rays peeking over through the trees in the foreground there. The bird, a paid actor, I can tell for sure. Thank you so much, Lindo, for getting in touch out in Westlake in the mother city. 7 degrees is what you can expect on your side of town. And a reminder again, Expresso fam on 063 036 9649. That's the number once again for our WhatsApp line. A direct line to us in studio to share your morning view. But now let's get into the temperatures for the rest of this Thursday.
Enjoying that 7 degrees in your
My bad. I forgot the one. 17 degrees indoor. I apologize. If you were grabbing a beanie and scarf, maybe forget those at home right now.
There are people in gumboots already walking around now, those really expensive gumboots, I guarantee it. We are joking because we're trying to kind of take the edge off. I think we're going to have quite a sobering discussion in just a moment as we head back up to Josie to talk about digital safety and the behavior we are modeling.
Sure.
Unfortunately, we teach our children through our own behavior. That's the baseline that we're jumping off from, and you've got to accept that probably we are the problem.
Oh, goodness. But that does mean that solutions will be coming your way. So do take some notes on that. And also, while you're at it, take some notes if you are experiencing hemorrhoids, how we can move with confidence regardless.
Completely.
And we definitely need to get into all of that in just a bit.
And Doc said movement is key.
Oh, there you go.
So get your exercise gear on. We'll see you on the other side.
It's my field
Good morning, you beauties. If you haven't heard it already, thank you so much for joining us. This is going to be a spectacular day, and hopefully one where we move forward collectively. I've got an important question to ask you, and I think I asked myself this morning. Are we, as adults, really setting the right example when it comes to digital safety for the next generation? I'm going to throw about 50 question marks in there because this one lands hard. Drop us a voice note on 063 036 9649. Please share your thoughts in the comment section. We want to hear from you this morning. How do you feel about digital safety? Are you feeling safe in your own space? Are you educated enough to guide your children through that space when it comes to just having a smartphone, when it comes to social media. Are you ready for that storm when it hits? Games that are being highlighted now as very unsafe spaces when it comes to the exploitation of our children. How much do you even know about that? Well, we're going to do a deep dive in just a moment, but we want your input, please. Look at your own habits. Maybe look at your phone, see how much time you've spent on your phone. It's all there for you to see. In the metrics, we can, I think, make a massive shift if we look at our own behavior. But I'd love to hear from you. Maybe your kids have experienced something firsthand that you need to share. This is a safe place where hopefully we'll get into the nitty-gritty in just a moment with Sanele. We are talking digital safety. And when it comes to digital safety for the next generation, are we prepared? Well, that preparation is actually going to start right now.
Right now is exactly when it starts. Thank you so much, Graham. And Mzansi, this is a really important conversation, and I'm so glad we have a whole lot of time to get into it with our two specialists here today, where we are finding out about how, in fact, our children don't learn online safety rules from the net. Rather, they learn it from what they see from you, from me, from all of us, particularly as parents as well. And it is, what exactly are we setting when it comes to examples for our kids? You know, how do we interact with people on social media? What are we setting in terms of boundaries as well? Are we allowing the phones into the bedroom? These are all the kinds of questions that you need to ask yourself when you've got a child in the house. And thankfully today, we've got two people that are going to be guiding us through how exactly we can be setting the right example. So please can we welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is educational psychologist Siago Mapola, as well as digital law specialist and thought leader of the Gen Zs. It is Rourke Wilson to help us unpack mindful online learning and so much more. Let's give them a feel good welcome, please. Hello, you two. How are you?
Hello. Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you guys for being here. And guys, I'm so excited for us to get into this conversation, especially because you two come from different backgrounds. So I think we're going to be touching all the bases. But Rourke, let's jump into it, because you work with a lot of young people, you know, from giving workshops in schools and just chatting to the youth. There's so much that goes into it in terms of understanding how exactly parents affect the youngsters when it comes to the online space. So can you talk to us about what are some of the common ways that parents practically and accidentally even expose their children just to digital risks sometimes?
I don't think there's lots of ways. I think there is one main way that parents expose their kids to digital risk, and that's giving their kids a phone. I have so many parents asking me at what age is the right age to give my child a smartphone, and I think that's the age that you're ready for them to see pornography, for them to see inappropriate content, to see people being harmed. I mean, for an example, I was speaking to grade 3s quite recently, and I asked a whole bunch of questions to gauge what it's like in the room, and I asked how many of them had a smartphone. Every single one of them had a smartphone.
Wow.
And I tried to keep it appropriate. And I said, hey, you know, there was quite a big political killing in the US quite recently. Have any of you seen that video? Every single one of them had seen that video of the event in the US. And it's basically that. It's like a car. You know, when you're piloting a one-ton vehicle, you can kill lots of people. When you're online, when you have a phone, you can be exposed to a lot of dangers. So it's giving kids the phone in the first place that exposes them to that.
My goodness, and I don't think anyone thought of it that way, because that is exactly it. That's it in black and white, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
But Siago, talk to us about, you know, the developmental consequences sometimes of children seeing themselves regularly posted online. Because I know that there's so many people that are doing studies at the moment to almost be like, how is that actually affecting our children? Because only now we can see what has happened to that generation. You know, what are those consequences?
I think before I get into that question, it is very important to mention that parenting is a journey for all of us.
Yes.
None of us really know what we're doing, even if we're on child number 5 or child number 10.
Yeah.
It is different with every single one. And so we're all figuring it out together. And I think the purpose of today's conversation is just to really bring awareness that when you do give your child a phone, do it knowing that these are the risks and the dangers that go with it. And I love that you said regularly, right? So when we regularly post our children online, what does that mean for them?
Yeah.
Because I think obviously now and then you will post a picture of your child, because I mean they just did something super cute.
And we want to show them all.
Exactly. Like baby started walking, all of that beautiful. But is it a regular thing?
Ish.
And that is the question. And I think sometimes when we post our children regularly, we expose them to thinking that I need to be cute or I need to perform in order to get likes. When we post our children's images and stories without their consent, we're saying that I'm taking ownership of your privacy and your ownership. And what does that mean in terms of them forming their identity outside of you? I think sometimes as parents, we think that our children are miniature versions of us, but they're actually their own separate entities altogether. And so when we post, we have to ask, is it okay if I post this? Especially if it's going to be a regular thing.
Sure, and I think you really touched on something there where you're like, they almost think they have to perform in order to get likes. I mean, we as adults sometimes feel like that, right? Then we bring ourselves back to ourselves and we're like, no, stop it. I will not be controlled by social media. But little babies don't have that regulation, right? Sure. But Rourke, you've said that sharing online is a form of parenting. So talk to us a little bit about how does this relate to legal and ethical consent?
I feel like Siago really touched on some of the most important parts of this, and I really want to go into the legal side of it, and that's the constitutional right to privacy, something that we all have. But something that people forget is we only have our right to privacy so far as we protect it. So we have this legal concept called the expectation of privacy. And that's not what any person would expect in that situation. That's what you, based on your circumstances and your context, would do. And we actually had a case in South Africa where a gentleman was doxxed. He had his personal information put online because he was accused of animal abuse. And in making this Facebook post, they included his Facebook profile picture, his cell phone number, his home address, and in his Facebook profile picture, he had a picture of his daughter. And he said, listen, these guys have infringed my privacy. They have now made life dangerous for my daughter by putting all these details online and saying I abuse animals. And the court said, yes, that is true. However, all that information was already put in the public domain by yourself. All they did was go and collect that information and put it somewhere for everyone to go and see in one place. So you didn't protect your privacy. And that same applies to your kids. If you're posting them all the time, they don't have that expectation. And then just one last thing, the fear-mongery side of it is if we look at how powerful AI has become this day and image generation, if you just have one image of your child's face online, an abuser can take that and do whatever they want with that image. And there's already been people being arrested globally for creating child abuse imagery out of kids' images.
That is so scary. I mean, I'm excited about AI, but oh my goodness, it's also like, oh, it's a little bit scary. But Siago, talk to us. How do we help parents recognize that, in fact, their online behavior is a form of social modeling for their kids?
Every single time when we post, and we need to think of it in this way, will I be fine with my child behaving the exact same way 10 years from now? And it's important for us to understand that when we react, when we have clapbacks and all of these things online, we're saying that it's okay to have public confrontations. We're okay to not regulate ourselves. And so the same thing that we want to see in our children, we need to be able to model and show ourselves.
Come on.
And so if you want a well-regulated child, you need to be able to show them that you're well-regulated. And that does not mean that you're hiding your emotions. You actually have to show your emotions that I'm feeling very angry right now, but instead of reacting publicly or throwing a tantrum, I'm going to behave in this way so that your child can see that is how we do it.
That's beautiful. I feel like a lot of people needed to hear that. But guys, I'm glad you're not going anywhere because this conversation is just getting juicy. And this is why you got to stick around, Expresso family. We're still talking about how it is that you as a parent are in fact informing how your child reacts online, even just, behaves online and so much more. And we're going to be finding out how you can protect them because that is what we have to do as parents, as aunts, as uncles, and so much more. Also coming up, though, we're going to be jumping on into how you can exercise and move freely. Even with those hemorrhoids, it is 100% possible. But we're going to be finding out how exactly right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Do not go anywhere. It's all happening in a bit. We're feeling good indeed right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show because you're here and we're having important conversations. It is all around how we as parents can actually be in the right state when it comes to modeling the right kind of behavior for our children online, but also how can we protect them?
Thank you for being here. I know this is... It's a difficult thing having an awareness month like this. We should be focused on this every day, but we don't have enough pieces of the pie to spread around. So when we get an opportunity to scream it from the rooftops, we do that. You guys do it in the coolest way. The branding is amazing, but the movement below that seems to have gotten a lot of traction, which is the best validation. Talk us through what you guys are and do.
So Cupcakes of Hope, more than anything, I think, is a family, right? We are a nationwide community that has one goal and purpose, and that is basically to spread awareness about childhood cancer and then also to support families who are walking through this journey. And how do we do that? It's very simple. We bake cupcakes.
We bake, baby. We
We
bake.
just bake some cupcakes, right? So Cupcakes of Hope is actually started more than a decade ago. And it started as a simple fundraiser just to raise money for medical equipment for a young child. And what started so small has now grown into this big movement of love and action. And we actually support more than 200 patients every single month.
And their families.
Exactly.
And their families.
Yes. So that includes medical bills and also all the expenses that we don't think about, right? Like transport, nutritional food, medical equipment, and then also just making some birthday specials or
Intention, and I think we often forget what it's like if you spend time at Tygerberg, at the Children's Hospital, Red Cross, in these spaces. I love the kids, and I obviously being a parent, I'm drawn to them, but I often find myself sitting with the parents more often, trying to get an understanding of what they're going through. You have got a unique understanding of this space through your own journey.
Yes.
Maybe being a doctor was to get you to this point so you could get back in the kitchen and start baking. I mean, we can joke about it now, but I would imagine you have to go through some pretty difficult moments looking back through your own journey when applying it to this space.
Yes, definitely. So, I've come quite a long way. When I was 15 years old, I was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So that is actually one of the most common childhood cancers that there is. And my symptoms were very vague during that time. I was just tired all the time, and I was also very pale. And we went from doctor to doctor to doctor, and eventually I received my diagnosis. So I think at that age, you are just shocked because people don't think that, young people get cancer.
At 15, the world is a lot.
Exactly. Being a teenager is already so overwhelming.
Completely.
And now you throw cancer in the mix, and it was just it was a very difficult time, definitely, yeah.
What got you through it? You and your family, what do you think was at the heart of your recovery?
So you know what? It's so important what you highlighted now. When somebody gets sick, right? It's not just the patient, it is the entire family.
The mom who has to give up work.
Exactly. All right. Where are we going to get the money from? Where are we going to get the time? Who's going to look after the child in hospital and the child at home? There's a lot of factors that we don't really think about, right? And I think, like we said, being a teenager, it was difficult because you're trying to navigate puberty, who you are, friendships, high school.
Identity.
Exactly.
Set in
Yes.
properly, yeah.
But all of that sort of had to pause because I had to focus on my health. And I remember during that time, I sort of felt robbed of my teenage years because you see what everyone else is doing and you can't do that, right? And you keep asking, why me, or what did I do to deserve this? And I think that is sort of something natural that anybody with a chronic illness might think. But I think throughout this journey, you have good days and you have bad days that make you appreciate the good days.
Good days, yeah.
Yes,
The light and the dark,
definitely.
yeah.
And I think if you focus on the good tends to multiply, And walking through this journey, especially because I was placed in a pediatric ward. So I was 15, but I was with all these 6- and 5-year-olds. And the resilience and the perspective and the power that these children showed was so motivating for me, and just
They
the
were your
support.
teachers.
Yes.
You've said this word why so many times, and if I think of the reason why people come into TV land, it's when you discover purpose.
Exactly.
That journey, if it's going to force you to ask why so many times, you have discovered your purpose through that. So I'm so glad that you have come to this full circle moment. Lest we forget, there is some baking to be done. So I've no doubt Carissa's got some very emotional questions to ask as well. But most importantly, can we bake cupcakes? We will learn this morning so we can become an angel ourselves. But I love the fact that we have got something very practical, very small, each of us can do right now as we broach this very big problem. But we're all one community, one family.
Exactly.
I like that a lot. Let's make cupcakes.
Yes, please. Let's make some cupcakes. My ears peaked up when you said that, Gray. And thank you so much to the good doc. Hearing Natasha's journey has been incredible, especially with Cupcakes of Hope. It definitely is clear that cupcakes are more than just a sweet treat. They're such a beautiful symbol of love and resilience and community. And her go-to vanilla cupcake recipe is the one that she turns to every time for fundraisers, for examples, or birthdays, or even in those quiet moments in the kitchen that she just has to herself. And today we get to have that to ourselves. I don't think that I've made a cupcake before, only those ready-made ones. So today we're going from scratch. So I'm going to welcome Natasha back in, and you're going to guide me through, girl, what exactly we're doing here. I heard that I've got to cream this part, throw the flour in here. What is it about vanilla cupcakes that you enjoy?
So you know what? It's simple, it's easy, and it's flop-proof. All right.
I love
Work smart, not hard.
Don't speak too soon. Okay, so sugar and butter.
Yes, caster sugar and butter.
Sugar and butter.
Yes.
We cream them together.
Yes, that's what
Okay.
we're going to do. So you
So
can
let's
start
switch
that.
on.
Yes. Okay, and you're going to combine that together. I will
Okay.
so long prep. Okay. Technical issues. It's okay.
We're going to try that again. From scratch, we will make these. Okay, let's get it in. Is it in properly?
Yeah, let's just make sure.
Just make sure. Yes.
Okay,
Almost.
Let's
okay.
try.
Let's try again.
Oh no, it's shooting
You know what?
out.
I'm gonna.
There we go. You got it.
Do I got it?
You got
Do
it.
I really got it?
You got it, girl.
I think I got it. Okay, what are you doing on your section?
All right. Okay, so you're just going to cream that until it's combined, right?
Okay.
We have the sifted flour over here, the self-raising flour. I'm just going to add a little bit of salt over there.
Nice. Salt is always good for baking, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
we often forget it.
We
You know, but we
do.
shouldn't because it makes such a big difference, right? And at this moment, our oven is also preheated to 180, right?
Okay.
So once we get that all combined,
Is this what we're looking for, or a little bit more?
a little bit more. Yeah,
bit
just
more.
a little bit more.
Okay.
Let's see, can we go up? Okay, it's on the highest speed.
Okay.
Let's see there. Okay, we're getting there slowly but surely.
That's what I was trying to do. I was pressing buttons and everything fell apart. It's okay. You said
about
flop-proof and
patience,
we
yeah.
put that to the test today. All right. So then
Okay,
you're going to
that's
go in
awesome.
with that. That's
All
good.
right. So after that, we can add our 2 eggs, right?
Okay.
Perfect. Yeah.
Are we still going to mix when we have the eggs?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Okay, we're going to mix when we have the eggs
I see.
as well. All right.
Eggs. Okay, I know how to crack an egg at least.
There we go, girl. You got this.
Got you. 2 eggs are going into our creamed caster sugar and butter.
Awesome.
Add vanilla essence.
Yes.
Got you.
Okay, and then we're just going to combine that together as well.
Okay.
You see? Simple.
This is really simple, actually.
Right? And I feel like you're doing all the hard work.
I
so-
really am. You came through and you said, I'm not working today. Let's put Carissa at it. It's okay. I don't mind because now it's in my mind. In
Exactly.
case I ever want to do this again. What sort of occasions would you make the vanilla cupcakes for?
All right, so any birthdays, definitely. Okay, all right. On National Cupcake Day, obviously, this weekend. You can definitely
yes.
use this recipe, all right? And then, I mean, anytime you feel for a cupcake,
Anytime.
right?
I agree.
Yeah,
I wonder
cupcakes
if they
anytime.
freeze well because I would
They do.
definitely. They do?
They do.
Oh,
Yeah, I can
love
tell you how they do from
that.
experience. Okay.
Okay,
Awesome.
is that good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
That's perfect.
cool.
All right. Okay, and then we're just going to combine the two together.
All right, the
1,
dry
2,
and the
3.
wet ingredients.
The dry and the wet ingredients.
I love
Let's
to
just
see it.
use the spoon over here.
I'll stand on this side.
Okay.
So is your favorite part putting the cupcakes together or adding the frosting?
It
and
is
getting
adding the
together?
frosting.
Of course.
And the thing is, like, you know, there's really not much that glitter can't fix. So
True. This is
don't worry
true.
too much about
Or a little
this
bit of a
part.
sprinkle.
Yes,
no,
no,
but these are
100%.
gorgeous. It looks like we've got our private high tea moment here. Just a little cucumber sandwich and we are good to go.
Exactly.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Okay.
What was it about cupcakes in particular? Because you could have said cake for hope, you could have said couscous for hope, you could have really had anything else.
So cupcakes were basically sort of the tool that we used to raise funds, right? And it's not just a cupcake. We always say that it's more of a symbol or a token of love and appreciation, and also just to say to the other people that we are with you, you know, even if you can't physically be there, but through this act of kindness, I'm thinking of you, I'm praying for you, I'm supporting you, I'm standing with you. So yeah, more than just a cupcake.
More than just a cupcake.
Yes,
That's
definitely.
beautiful.
Okay, awesome.
And the cupcake is good in and of itself, but yes, it's also a
Definitely.
symbol of
Yes,
beautiful
yes,
hope and
yes.
resilience.
Okay, so once this would be completely combined,
Got you.
right? Okay, then we would add it into our cupcake holders, and then we would bake it for about 15 to 16 minutes,
Oh,
and
not
then
bad.
yeah, Bob's your uncle.
But then also we wait for it to cool down before we go ahead with
That's
the frosting.
very important.
Okay.
Yes, okay, or else the frosting will melt. So please,
Please.
please wait for it to
She
cool down.
said flop proof. We are trying our utmost best here. That is beautiful. And listen, Expresso fam, if you want to bake along with us, please go ahead and do that. There's a QR code on your screen right now. Scan your phone over it. Take a picture of Natasha because she's cute, okay? And then go ahead and bake along with us. Do you make your frosting from scratch also?
I do. Yeah.
Oh, she's like a professional, whatever. We love to see it. Thank you so much for sharing your
Only a
story with
pleasure,
us.
only a pleasure.
Honestly,
Thank
you're
you so
such
much.
a beacon of hope and
Thank you.
definitely a light for the rest of the country. So we appreciate you, Natasha. And we will try to, you know, I will try to do these. Okay, no, she's back later again. She will guide us through it. We can't wait for that to happen straight after this break.
Thank you so much.
It's not looking too bad.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back, communities, as we fly towards the second hour of the show. First hour, absolutely brilliant, and it's only getting better from here. Why? Because you could win, and you could win big. No estimations, only the guarantee of some big money if you play your daily lotto and your Lotto Plus. So we've got a guaranteed 400,000 Rand sitting in our daily lotto jackpot today, and as I said, it's guaranteed. And then a new daily lotto plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand for your Thursday. How would that work in your shortened week? So you know how to get your tickets. You can go, obviously, in-store when they're open. You can go online right now, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app. Your own cell phone banking app generally has a little special drop-down for it, or you can just dial *120 *7529# and have all the deets sent directly to your phone and follow the prompts. Super easy. twice the chances of winning. So you've got to play both your Daily Lotto and Lotto Plus One. We've got 400,000 Rand guaranteed in our Daily Lotto, and Plus One, 150,000 Rand to boot. Play both, double your chances of winning, and good luck. Well, we are fast approaching the top of the hour. In fact, we are almost at that point, and then, of course, a lot more fun in Joburg and in Cape Town for the next 2 hours, but we do have our fishy duties to get through. A lot of sport to recap on, and especially in the League Cup, and we've got to get those news headlines down, set the tone for the rest of the day. Carissa is standing by with those news headlines right now.
Well, thank you so much, Graham. Just moments before we hit 7 o'clock. Now, we start out with your national news headlines first, where the Mpumalanga legislature adopted a motion to rename Kruger National Park to Skukuza National Park and Kruger Mpumalanga International Airport to DD Mabuza International Airport. Now, proposed by the EFF without notice, the motion was passed within minutes, aligning with Heritage Month. Supporters argue colonial-era names no longer reflect South African values, while critics warn political focus should be on infrastructure. Now, the motion is part of broader calls to review public memorials of colonial figures, including Paul Kruger and Cecil John Rhodes. In other news in the country, Acting President Paul Mashatile said heritage underpins a socially responsive, innovative and inclusive South Africa during Heritage Month celebrations held out in Oudtshoorn. Now at Bridgetown Sports Grounds, he delivered the keynote address and planted trees at Dusselsdorp Secondary School, and that's as part of the 1 Million Trees campaign under the presidential 10 Million Trees flagship program. Mashatile also highlighted the need for collective action against youth drug abuse, urging families, communities and government to tackle alcohol and substance misuse, which fuels unemployment and crime, while fostering unity and resilience across society. In your international news making headlines, Israeli forces have neared the center of Gaza City as Hamas fighters reportedly regroup, raising the fear of intense fighting in dense urban areas where thousands of civilians remain. Now, Israel describes the city as the, quote, last stronghold of Hamas and says its aim is to, quote, eliminate terrorists and rescue its 48 remaining hostages, 20 of whom are thought to be alive. Now, Hamas reportedly counts 5,000 fighters and has threatened suicide attacks, though such tactics have been rare in the current fighting. Meanwhile, in news on the continent, Malawi's former president, 85-year-old Peter Mutharika, has been declared the winner of last week's elections with 57% of the vote, defeating incumbent Lazarus Chakwera. Now, Chakwera, aged 70, conceded defeat before the final announcement, congratulating Mutharika on his, quote, historic win. Now, this marks the pair's fourth electoral duel. Mutharika previously served from 2014 to 2020. Now, he inherits an economy facing severe fuel and foreign currency shortages, with inflation near 30%. Now, the Electoral Commission took 8 days to verify results, addressing complaints before declaring Mutharika the winner of a closely watched, high-stakes political comeback. Let's close up your 7 o'clock news here at the Twycross Zoo in Leicestershire. Joy is overflowing as Yuli the bonobo has given birth to a tiny, healthy baby. Nestled in her mother's arms, the newborn carries a rare honor, the only baby bonobo in the UK, and one of only 2 in Europe. Now, conservationists hail the birth as globally significant, since bonobos are our closest relatives, sharing more than 98% of our DNA. That means this little one is almost family, a cousin with bright eyes and a gentle grip. Now, with wild numbers shrinking, each birth is hope in and of itself. For now, mother and baby are hidden away, quietly bonding while the world smiles with them. Gotta say welcome to yet another cousin. The family sure is growing. That is where we leave your 7 o'clock news. Let's get into some more sports with Graham.
Oh, thank you for bringing us that story, because on Instagram they put a little heart face over the baby monkey's face so you couldn't see it. Absolutely beautiful. Let's see if the positivity can keep going now as we focus on local football, and Lamont Golden Arrows giving us the shock of the season. They beat champions Mamelodi Sundowns with a 1-0 win in Umlazi, ending a 5-year drought against Masandawana and now handing them their first loss of the season as well. Elsewhere, Kaizer Chiefs, their struggles continued as debutant Kanyisa Mayo, he scored before Marumo Gallants then equalised through Jason Clifford, forcing a 1-1 draw at the F&B Stadium. Now, this is great news as we head back into the water. It always feels weird calling him a veteran. Chad Leclos is back in the water. He returns from injury to compete at the SA National Championships in Pietermaritzburg this week. The 33-year-old, he'll race just about in everything, freestyle, butterfly, and even backstroke as preparation for the World Cup, and then the next big one, the 2026 Commonwealth Games. Then some names to watch: rising star Chris Mylov, Jessica Thompson, and Laura van Niekerk also headlining the 4-day event. Definitely one to watch. Likewise, our young ladies absolutely rocking at the moment. The Spa Baby Proteas have booked their Netball World Cup Youth Cup quarter-final spot with a dominant performance. 86-35 was the win over Fiji in Gibraltar. Coach Precious Mtembu, she has rotated her squad, but you couldn't really tell. South Africa still controlling from start to finish. Now they face Cook Islands in today's last 8 clash, aiming to surpass their best ever 5th place finish, and they certainly look on track. Now let's get back into the Lead Cup a little further afield in the UK, where holders Newcastle look good. They eased past Bradford 4-1 with doubles from Joe Linton and William Osula, while Arsenal, they beat Port Vale 2-0 thanks to Eberechi Eze's first goal for the club. Then Phil Foden, he starred as Man City defeated Huddersfield 2-0, and then Tottenham, they cruised 3-0 past Doncaster to book their spots respectively in the League Cup 4th round. And that's where we leave our sport for now. We'll touch on those headlines at around 8 o'clock. As always, the roads start waking up around about now. Let's see if there are any incidents to report on.
Right now is where we get to guide you through the roads. And Mzansi, it is all about what is happening and how you can stay safe. Let's take a look. Starting off in Pretoria, Gauteng, there's a stationary vehicle on the N1 southbound at Linwood Road. This is affecting the left lane. Thankfully, no delays are being experienced as for now, but please do exercise some caution as you approach there. Then in the mother city, Cape Town, Milnerton, slow-moving traffic is expected for motorists making use of the N7 northbound at Bosmansdam. Delays are expected over there, so please do ease into the morning rush so that you can plan your morning accordingly. We'll keep you up to date with anything else, but for now, let's take a look at your weather. This morning, the South African Weather Service has issued multiple warnings. Yellow level 2 alerts are in place for extreme northeastern KZN, the Mpumalanga Highveld, Gauteng, and northeastern Northwest Province, forecasting severe thunderstorms, heavy rainfalls, damaging winds, hail, flooding, and infrastructure damage. Residents in vulnerable areas, especially near riverbeds or informal settlements, are urged to take proactive safety measures and extremely high fire danger conditions are expected in the Richtersveld district municipality of the Northern Cape. Local disaster management teams are coordinating with municipalities to ensure readiness and rapid response to these extreme weather events. We'll also keep you up to date with anything else that does come through from there. But something we're always expecting to come through from you is our sunrise view of the hour. I always tell you it is my favorite time of the show. And Nicholas Meyer from Sonskyn Filet. My love, you have made the Western Cape shine this morning. It is only going to be 18 degrees Celsius. Unfortunately, it is a little bit chilly throughout the country. However, this picture, it looks like the sun is coming out. It looks like everything's going to be okay. It's so gorgeous, from the orange hues to the blues that come up from the clouds. Thank you so much for spoiling us, Nicholas. And of course, Mzansi, this is your example for what we are looking for in terms of your sunrise view of the hour. Send it through on the WhatsApp line, 063-036-9649. And I always tell you, we do so that we can show the rest of the country what it is you're waking up to. For now, though, in case you may have missed it earlier on, let's take a look at your temperatures.
looking better and better.
It is.
It's looking absolutely spectacular. I'm not talking about the weather. I'm talking about our little white box houses for My Design Rules. You don't understand how close to pressing the button we are. And once that starts, all insanity just comes with it as My Design Rules hits our screens again in October on S3. We've been through it once before. I don't know if my nerves can handle it, but the end result is spectacular.
Oh my gosh, October like now, like it happens in a couple days from now. This proudly South African lifestyle and design competition sees 3 duos transform bare shells into dream homes, one room at a time, all under the watchful eye of our expert judges. Also not just talking about us. We will judge though.
Oh no, we are going to be involved. No, they invite us, in fact, to judge and possibly win some amazing prizes along the way. In fact, we have to, as viewers, play a vital judging role for the winnings. And this year, Buco, they've gone all in. They have taken us behind the scenes in the coolest way, giving us a front row seat to see how the season 2 homes have been built literally from the ground up at the exquisite Paarl Valley estate. I wonder if you had any offers for these houses yet.
Ooh, quite possibly.
I would knock on that door.
Put my money down like that.
What sort of deposit do you need out there?
Well, in this episode, our boy Raul heads on site to meet senior foreman Jean, who walks on through the finishing touches, and we get to experience it all. Still needed before the homes are complete, though. And we also share a full circle moment with Louis, one of the architects who helps bring these plans to life, reflecting on how drawings on paper now have become real homes.
That must be the coolest feeling
when it all comes together.
from that little seed to this beautiful home. And now we are seeing our white box homes really take shape, and then the magic can begin. This has been an incredible journey so far, but let's take a little recap and a bit of a scene setter for this week's episode as well. Take a look. My Design Rules White Box exclusive behind the scenes series. Begin with Buco.
From the very first day on site, we have been following the incredible journey of the Buco Behind the Scenes series. What started as open plots of land quickly transformed as AfriSam poured the foundations, strong, solid, and built to last, giving each build the strength it needed to rise. From there, the walls began to take shape, brick by brick. Coral brick brought structure, texture, and durability, adding character and stability to every home. With each layer, the empty shells grew taller, more defined, and closer to becoming a reality. Now, as the doors and window openings were cut out, the trusses lifted into place, and the roofs raised high, these builds truly came to life. We are now ready for the important finishing touches, sealing, smoothing, and preparing every detail with care, as these houses await their signature, crisp white paint to leave them standing proud and ready for the design phase ahead.
Hey, what's happening? And officially, let me welcome you to our final episode of our Buco Behind the Scenes series. It's been a beautiful journey, to say the least. And even with such a short space of time, seeing how Bag's team have managed this one so beautifully, I think we can be proud of this. Well, Louis, this must be such a cool opportunity to see the progress being made. But for you, talk to me about those original sketches and designs.
Reno approached us with a design pack with a conceptual drawing. Kind of what Icon ended up having to do is bring that design into reality. So I was looking at investigating Reno's design and seeing what points and places are focal to the feeling that he's trying to create, and ensuring that my changes or revisions keeps true to what he's trying to achieve.
Now, how did you standardize these designs to be ready for Paarl Valley?
It's small things usually, because HOA, Homeowners Association, has specific aesthetic details that they require. So it was things like these pergola elements in front of large windows and doors. And we've got these nib walls on the side of the gable facades that hides the gutters and the rainwater downpipes. A small thing, for example, the kitchen windows landscape. And HOA doesn't want that to be visible from the streetscape, so then you have to put a boundary wall in front of it. So it's small nitty-gritty things like that. And then with council, it's basically just making sure everything complies. So the stairs had to be investigated, the level height, no water issues later on, stuff like that.
Yo, Jean, can I just say, and you know this, the last time I was here, it didn't look anything like this. And already I can see the vision coming to life, especially the coral brick facade in the front. Well played, man. You've clearly been hard at work, but talk to me about the final steps that still need to go into this process.
So Raul, what we've got now, we've got all our white bricks built up nicely. So now we have to start with that white oxide piping in between the bricks, just to give it that nice finish at the end. We are busy with our plaster, thanks to AfriStamp for sponsoring all the great cement that we could use for the plaster work and the builder work right through the project. So now we're most of our windows at this point, and before the contestants take over, we'll have everything in and give them their space. Then we're going to be plastering all the reveals and closing off all the window sills and everything, and also finishing off all the plaster on the walls and screens.
And I believe it's pretty much a game changer when you're talking about this off-shutter concrete, because no maintenance required whatsoever, right?
With it being an off-shutter, the whole idea behind it is to give the march to the concrete. You're giving it the viewpoint that everyone always misses, because always you're plastering over it, you're painting over it. The only thing we would suggest with the concrete, that the quality that it is just to put a sealer coat over it. So thanks to Buco, we've got our roof structure on site. We had it installed by our team. Engineer signed us off, all good to go, and we closed it up nicely. So now it's all weathertight and ready to fly.
Louis, looking at the build today, how does it feel seeing your plans come together?
It never gets old seeing drawings and sketches and ideas to plans and then seeing it pop up out of the ground like mushrooms overnight. You know, there's everything here. All of a sudden, there's homes and people living in it, and you know, memories are going to be created here. And in 20 years, kids are going to have memories of this place, which is just insane to think about.
And standing here right now, taking it all in, what excites you most about the journey and where we are right now?
The handing over now and seeing the expression that each contestant and contestant group goes with and how they interpret the spaces that we've laid out for them. I'm very excited to see what they do. It's going to be cool to see all the individual ideas kind of come to life.
This behind-the-scenes journey has shown us what it takes to build a dream from the ground up. And the story is just getting started. Get ready for Season 2 of My Design Rules.
Oh, excited much. I love Raul. We miss Raul because he is out on site right now getting prepped for what promises to be an insane season of My Design Rules. And of course, behind it all starts with Buco. And their behind-the-scenes series has been amazing. I've loved them for doing this for us. They've brought us the full journey, all the drama, all the details. Now it's your chance to keep up with the drama in My Design Rules Season 2, where the completed homes will finally be revealed in all their glory, and they will be glorious.
Oh my goodness. And remember, this is your final chance to enter, but also stand a chance to win a 1,000 Rand Buco voucher. So please make sure, hit subscribe, press the button to Buco's Buildware's, of course, YouTube channel, and you could be our lucky winner. Of course, terms and conditions apply and can be found on expressoshow.com with all those details. Beautiful stuff.
All right, I'm ready for the second hour of the show.
I think we're in it.
I'm really excited this morning, excited about that, excited about a particular market that takes me back to my hood, yo. The Linden Market, celebrating a decade. I haven't been there in a while, but it sounds like it's pumping at the moment. If you live in the northern suburbs in Johannesburg, you know the vibe. And at the moment, the green trees will be coming out now. It'll be looking exquisite. You need to experience this.
I'm so here for that. And then also we're touching base with Dr. Darren Green to talk all about sugar. Is it good? Is it bad? How much can we have? And how to guide us through exactly how to manage it all. He's going to be with us on the other side of this.
And he doesn't mince his words.
It's my field.
When it comes to our health. Now, Mzansi's sweet tooth is definitely under the spot like I'm talking about. And it's startling because there's new research revealing just how much we are consuming. And spoiler alert, it's far more than we realize. Now, to unpack what this means for our health, we are joined by medical doctor and multimedia medical consultant, Dr. Darren Green. Doc, how are you doing this morning?
Fantastic. Good to be back with you.
Yeah, man. But also talking about something very startling.
Absolutely.
And I'm looking at these figures right now, and it's crazy. 2 to 4 times more sugar is what's being consumed in South Africa against the World Health Organization's recommendations.
Yes.
Bro, this is scary, right?
Well, ignorance is bliss. I think people aren't aware of the fact that they, are more than 4 times above the recommended amount. So, on average, what the recommendation is about 6 teaspoons of sugar a day.
Okay.
Now, if you don't know where the sugar hides in your choices throughout the day, you could take that to 24 teaspoons just like that.
Whoa.
I mean, I've got people that I've made cups of coffee for, and you ask them sugar, no sugar.
Yes.
And when they're with health cronies, they say, no sugar, please.
Start to show off.
But when they're working, they want 3 and 4 per cup. But the bottom line is, as a nation, we're consuming up to 24, 30 teaspoons a day.
Gosh, man.
And we should be having a total amount. But there's a lot of hidden sources, obviously.
And this is what I wanted to get into because these are numbers that we might be hitting without even being aware of it.
Not on purpose, exactly.
Talking about these hidden sugars that we find in certain foods that we aren't aware of, what are some of these things that you could possibly highlight that are kind of like, I don't know, like traps in a sense?
So if you take the day, when you open your eyes, the first thing you think of, obviously, is breakfast.
Yes.
So if you think around breakfast, you think you're having a lovely, wholesome, grain-filled cereal. Cereals, to make them taste better, to accommodate the palate of the culture and the community you grew up in, are laden with sugar for flavoring. And then yogurt, for example, and another breakfast one.
Yeah.
Also, a hidden source, sweetened yogurt versus unsweetened. And so you continue through the different foodstuffs, and you get to a point where you look at things like fruit juice and fruit salad, which has a different kind of sugar in it called fructose or fruit sugar. And too much of that is also bad for your health. And a lot of people don't know that a glass of fruit juice, apple juice, orange juice, contains up to 10 to 12 teaspoons of sugar in one glass.
Yeah.
And I think that's the big thing we want to get out there and get people aware of.
But don't you think it's crazy that a lot of these foods that you're mentioning is almost associated with health?
Exactly.
Like have a fruit juice over a carbonated drink, as an example.
Think of the pictures.
Is the healthy choice, right?
Exactly.
Have a wholesome breakfast.
The
get your
yogurt, the
granny.
fruit salad.
But this is a crazy fallacy that we've fallen into then, right?
Well, the thing is, we've got an association and a peace of mind because of brainwashing of what a healthy diet should look like. But it's about the hidden sources. Obviously, the heavily processed and refined things, that we get in terms of foodstuffs, and we don't read the labels.
Yeah.
So just creating a bit of awareness that, listen, there might be some hidden sugar or even salt in things. Take a closer look and start educating yourself. Yeah.
Pay attention, Mzansi. Now, listen, with all this being mentioned, I want to talk about something I'm seeing in a study here once again, because I've got some crazy facts here.
Okay.
The study found a link between sleep deprivation and increased sugar cravings. How is this exactly actually connected, and how would we say we need to become more alert and mindful about these things, especially now that we are realizing that it's almost everywhere out there to get our sugars, like hiding in all these products?
The thing that people crave most when they're going down and starting to feel a bit tired is something sweet. You'll notice they either crave something to pick up their energy level. So if you're suffering from chronic stress, which leads to insomnia, and you're not sleeping properly, your energy levels are low. What the body does is it tells you, get some energy by consuming some sugar, then you crave something sweet, whether that be chocolate, whether it be a fizzy drink, an energy drink, for example, massive source of hidden sugar as well. And that then obviously leads to the behavioral pattern of trying to up the energy. Instead of getting the sleep that's going to give you the energy back, you're clutching at different things in your diet to try and get that energy back. Loading on the calories that you're not burning as well, for that mismatch happens where obesity and weight management becomes an issue.
What sort of changes do we have and solutions are there for those maybe suffering and trying to still manage our blood sugar levels, which in these cases can spike and dip quite volatilely?
Absolutely. So generally, how fuel is supposed to be viewed in nutrition is you should be eating according to your levels of activity and the activity you do every day.
Okay.
You should be fueling your habits. So if you aren't requiring a certain amount of good energy in the form of your nutrition, you shouldn't be consuming lots of it, you know, so that balance.
Fueling for purpose is what you're
I
saying.
love that, I love that. So fueling for purpose is the first thing. The second thing is being aware of the hidden sources of sugar so that you know you don't exceed what is recommended for you, your body weight, your age, etc. And then obviously knowing also, along with that, that a multifaceted approach to managing energy levels and craving is important. A good sleeping pattern. Exercise and activity levels in terms of turning around, burning the stuff that you are ingesting as well. That combined with monitoring your energy levels and your sugar control. You can actually test your sugar. It's a simple finger prick test that you can do just to know how you respond. Whether you're dipping a rusk in the morning in a cup of tea or coffee, how does that affect you? Does it make your sugar spike? Because when your sugar spikes, your poor pancreas is pumping out juice in the form of insulin, which is a hormone to lower the sugar level. And you can make your organs work so hard all the time, just by the timing of your meals and the type of meals, for example, that they really get exhausted, and then you see the health complications developing down the line. So we've said quite a bit, and the information can be overwhelming, but the good news is that you can access the information in a freely available booklet on a website, www.mydynamics.co.za.
Sure. Well, this has been eye-opening to say the least, Doc, and I think for all of us, we need to educate ourselves, increase our awareness, and I can't thank you enough for providing us for a reason to do exactly that. Fantastic. And I think with this excess sugar conversation, it isn't just about empty calories. It's quietly fueling a rise in obesity, diabetes, and heart disease in South Africa. But once we recognize where those hidden sugars are, we can make smarter choices and protect our long-term health. Doc, thank you so much, man.
Fantastic.
I'm going to go get my health on after this for sure.
Enjoy.
And you should too, Mzansi.
Thank you so much, Cape Town. And oh my goodness, we're having such a beautiful morning, Mzansi. And it's about to get even better. Let me tell you why. Listen, we are celebrating 10 years of the Linden Market. And this weekend is the big celebration on the 27th and 28th of September, where we get to see yet again just a cultural exclusion of just, I think, absolutely everything. And forgive me, I mean immersion of just us getting to see live music along with dog-friendly activities and so many things that are perfect for you and the family. But today I'm also really excited because we get to sit down with somebody who has been the director of the Linden Market for a while now, and she makes sure that all of the goodness and the happiness that comes from the Linden Market, it spreads throughout Gauteng. So as it happens this weekend at the Emmarentia Botanical Gardens, everyone, let's celebrate 10 years of the Linden Market together here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show with Stasia. Everyone, let's give her a feel good welcome. Miss Stasia Conradi, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I'm amazing, thank you, gorgeous. I'm so excited for you guys. 10 years is no small feat. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Of course. And we always have to go to the beginning to understand where it is we are right now, right? Because this all started as a backyard market. Now it's a market that is the biggest thing. I know my brother goes religiously because it's that much fun for him and his friends. Talk to me. How did it all begin for the Linden Market?
So it was really humble beginnings. It started, like you said, in a backyard garden. I was actually the lady who started at Bibi Schwartz. She was a resident in the Linden suburb.
Yes.
And she just had an eye. You know, like overseas, I think market culture, it's a thing.
Yeah.
And she wanted to bring a little bit of that to Joburg and especially Linden, because Linden is a very creative community.
Yeah.
So she started it, and I was actually busy with some side hustles to make some extra income, and I started trading there when it was still there.
Yeah.
And then we started, you know, I think talking about the struggles and, you know, starting new businesses. And I eventually got involved, you know, helping with marketing. I mean, but from there, you know, this was such an organic movement. It just grew and grew and grew. So we had to move venue 3 times.
Yeah.
And that's how we ended up in the Botanical Gardens, because it can really house, I think there's parking, it's people, dogs. So, I mean, it's been a journey. It moved 3 times, and now I think we found our home.
You definitely did. It worked so well. I mean, the last time I was there, I was genuinely shocked by how everything was all in one place at one time, but it was also still so big.
Yes.
Do you understand what
exactly,
I'm saying? Yeah.
Exactly.
But I also know that, you know, when you do start something like that, there's an original vision, and then it just kind of takes its own life on. Talk to us about that. You know, how have things evolved over the last couple of years?
Yeah, so the community really, I think we could never have thought, you know, this is what it would become and that it would be, you know, going for 10 years, you try.
Yes.
But I mean, our entrepreneurs, I think that was sort of like the growing movement. This is really something they need.
Yeah.
So if we look at, you know, how to organize a market to make sure things stay fresh, exciting, entertainment, but then also the makers, you know, coming on, like putting up their displays, they need to make money. And that's, I think, the balance. Then we get to our community that actually comes and they love local. They love supporting local. And without the balance of that, there would be no Linden Market.
Yeah, I hear that. I mean, we are who we are because of our communities, right?
100%.
But of course, we also know that your guys' motto is made with purpose, bought with love. Or rather, made with love,
Anyway,
bought with
around.
purpose. It actually works both ways. I love
It
that. Let's get into what that actually means for you guys, but as well as your community.
I think everything we try and do, we really try and make sure that you know, we put up something amazing. Our makers and entrepreneurs, you get to go to the Linden Market, you speak to entrepreneurs, you actually get to hear their story.
Yeah.
You get to hear like how this thing is being made.
Yeah.
And our entrepreneurs, they get to actually see what do customers want, what do they like.
Yeah.
So, you know, for us, it's both ways around buy with purpose or, you know, make with purpose. I think that's the whole motto and that's the whole point of the Linden Market.
100%.
It's a very important feeding ground for entrepreneurship, but also a place where we invite the community.
Yeah.
This is where you see culture breed.
I love that. And especially in the month of heritage. That's
Exactly.
beautiful. But talk to me as well just about, you know, what you mentioned in terms of local entrepreneurs. You get to hear their stories. What have you seen that has been really impactful for the local entrepreneurs when it comes to the Linden Market?
I love seeing entrepreneurs coming out like just really, it's the start. It's like their first step of the business. And you know what I love seeing is how they evolve, how they improve, how they change their products, how they learn from what they did at the first market to the next market. And then eventually, you know, they don't need the Linden Market anymore.
I love that.
And that's what we love seeing. You know, to make way for fresh entrepreneurs.
That's beautiful. And now we're making way for this huge celebration this weekend. Let's talk about the incredible choir that you have brought along, the Greenside High Choir, and this incredible anthem that you guys have. You know, we build together, Siyakhe Sonke. What exactly even just prompted this to happen, and why is it that you felt like it needed to be done?
So when you go to the Linden Market, it feels like a bubble. It's an energy you kind of have to try and capture it, but it only happens 4 times a year. So it's like, I thought for our 10-year celebration, you know, entertainment is also such a big part of the Linden Market.
It is.
We've got artists, I mean, emerging talent. And I wanted to work with our talent to capture a little bit of that.
Yeah.
But it was such a collaboration. I mean, I started putting down the lyrics to sort of describe the Linden Market. Then I gave it to the artist. I said, put your version onto it, Lungelo. I gave it to Susie. I gave it to Lungelo. I gave it to the choir.
Yes.
Everyone gave their flavor. And then they came up with this amazing song.
The magic, we love it. And of course, we need to get to the performance. So very quickly, my lovely, how can people get tickets?
Okay, so you go to the Linden Market website, lindenmarket.com, and you get your tickets there, but you can also get your tickets at the gate.
Beautiful. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
congratulations on 10 years.
Thank
like I
you for
said, no
having
small
us.
feat, and it's amazing.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. You got to make sure that you are there. There's a huge celebration this weekend, the 27th and 28th of September at the Amarentia Botanical Gardens. It is 10 years of the Linden Market, and you just heard that is exactly where you can get your tickets, thelindenmarket.com. It is that simple. And if you've never been, friend, I can tell you from my own experience, it is an incredible one. Go over and be a part of this incredibleness. And then you're getting a taste of what's going to be there this weekend in terms of the anthem that has been made to celebrate 10 years. It is the Greenside High Choir, along with, of course, you heard about Lungelo and Susie. They are going to be there as well, front and center. And also coming up here on your Feel Good Breakfast show, along with all this goodness, we're getting into yet another recipe. Listen to this, vanilla cupcakes with milk tart buttercream. My goodness, I want it now. Let's go to the ad break quickly so we can come back and have exactly those. Don't go anywhere. It's all happening right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Yes, you can see this is cupcake excitement right now because we've been kind of playing around, building, mixing, making, and we haven't eaten one yet. No, we have got a very special cause to support. I'm going to call it a movement because there are a lot of angels out there. One in particular, Dr. Natasha Daniels, showed us how to whip up her go-to vanilla cupcakes because she is one of these angels, and we are going to jump on board. We are taking those cupcakes to the next level with a proudly South African twist. Milk tart inspired buttercream. I think we need this in our lives.
Yes, definitely.
And just to let you know how sweet this human being is, we've been saying her name wrong the whole morning, and she's just too sweet and lovely to have said anything. You get an extra cupcake today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
This is where I suppose it becomes a little more forgiving. The baking part, we know we've got to play in the lines, within the rules. When we decorate, we can have some fun.
Exactly. This is the fun part. So that was the hard part. This is the fun part.
Thank you for saying that. I'm still nervous. I'm still nervous. Okay, where do we begin? What do we need to do?
All right. Okay, so you can start with the buttercream. Okay. So you're just going to take your butter and you're going to start creaming it. All right.
I like the way you say that, like I do this every day. We will figure it out.
Put that down. Yeah.
I don't know if we're allowed. There we
go. There we go. Awesome. All right.
This is such an amazing thing.
I know, right? We're just going to start that process. Awesome. All right.
And it's one of those things where you can lose yourself in the mixer. You can just get drawn in because it is so cool. But I'm now understanding why this is such a prized piece in the kitchen.
Definitely.
And the buttercream, win. Okay.
Awesome. Okay, and then you're going to slowly start adding your icing sugar into the batter. Okay. All right, just slowly. Here we go.
Okay, let's try and do this. Here we go. Maybe this is why I struggle with the baking. It's the temperament. It's the doing things, pacing yourself. And Chris is even more kind of cowboy in the kitchen than I am.
Okay, no, it's coming together nicely, yeah.
What I love about baking with my kids.
It's so fun.
Oh, it is the best
so
fun ever. Cooking, baking with your kids.
A little bit messy, but
that's the idea, because you can get messy. Obviously, you create a safe space to be able to do it in, but it teaches them about patience, about validation from your own hard work.
Exactly.
There is nothing better, I think, than tasting your own made cupcakes. So I'm trying my best to pace myself here. But
you are doing well. I think that's perfect. All right. So you want to wait until it's all nicely combined, so you can see it's coming together quite nicely.
Very nice.
All right. Okay. So then we're gonna leave that for now. And we're gonna come to this side. Right. You're done.
All right.
Okay. So now we're going to make the custard part of it. Right.
The milk tart joy.
So yes, definitely. Okay. All right. So it's very simple. Let's just get this on.
I think we might need you to come back every week, just for an update, and we can try a different
something different every week.
Exactly, yeah.
All right.
That's the joy of a cupcake, is you can express yourself.
Exactly, and you can make different flavors all the time. Okay, so we're just going to add a little bit of milk, all right?
The smallest amount of milk.
The smallest amount of milk, yes. So you're just trying to make like a sauce, okay? And then this is just a little bit of custard powder. So this is the milk tart part of it, all right?
This is going to bring it all bind.
Yes, okay. All right, let's just get that in there. All right. So you're just basically going to combine it together over a very medium heat, and you just want to make like a sauce and wait for it to thicken.
The powder obviously kind of gets through there and thicken. I love this. You know, this kind of feels like a flavor profile that the foodies on TikTok would have given us. Like, that's what I love about foodies in that space. They're looking for like crossover connections here.
Exactly.
A milk tart and cupcake. We have been waiting our whole lives for this little combination.
And it's so appropriate now with Heritage Month.
Exactly.
Definitely. So it just ties in. Okay. So very important. We want this to cool down. All right. Okay. You don't want to add something hot into butter because it will melt.
100%. Separate all sorts of nasty things that happen.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. So then what we're going to do, we're going to add the cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla essence into our
mixer. Okay.
Yes, so we can lift it up. All right.
Looks like it's nice and blonde, nice and white.
Yeah, you got it.
I don't know how you feel about tasting as you go, but in my house there has to be a certain amount of tasting. It's
you need to make sure it's safe, right?
It's incentive, exactly, for the whole family.
Exactly. Okay, so you can add that in over there.
Okay. Don't want to waste taste any of that. And I suppose it's such a familiar flavor profile. It's a good thing to start experimenting with because you know it. You've probably eaten this flavor profile for most of your life.
Exactly,
so
right.
you are an expert. That's great.
Okay, so once this will cool down, right,
Okay.
it will make like a thick mixture.
We've got our
all right?
custard, okay.
So this will be like the custard, all right? And then you're just going to add just like 2 tablespoons or the whole mixture of that inside the batter.
I feel like we should be making a milk tart actually because
I know, right?
I'm thinking like, can I make a milk tart pie? What else can I do with this? I don't want to leave anything else. And then we're going to give it a little mix again.
Yeah, the last mix.
Okay,
You see,
let's not
easy
waste
peasy.
any of that.
All right,
There we
let's
go.
get that in there. Awesome. Okay, go for it.
And just let it do its thing. And now we've got our piping bag.
Exactly. Okay, so you just want to watch the consistency. If it's too runny, you just add a little bit more icing sugar into it. Okay, and if it's too thick, then you just add a little bit of milk into it. Okay,
A little bit of milk.
yeah.
And we've got our little milk shot glass there as well.
Exactly.
I
All right,
think
awesome.
we can start decorating.
Yes,
so I'm going to let
definitely.
you
Okay.
kickstart the process with your practiced hand. How many cupcakes have you made in your time?
That's a very good
Bringing back
question.
PTSD, sorry.
All right. And we're just going to go for it. All right. So cupcakes are very forgiving.
Oh, that
Okay.
looks beautiful. I think the buttercream, I prefer other forms of icing, I must say. But then when you see the end result with a buttercream, what you can achieve with
Exactly,
it.
yeah.
But it's also, I haven't thought about it as a kind of a vehicle for carrying other more creative flavors.
Exactly,
So you
yeah.
can
And it
create-
holds so well, actually,
Oh, for
as
sure,
well.
look
Yeah,
at that.
look at that. All right. You want to
Look,
give it a...
I'm going to give it a go.
Give it a
As
go.
we fade to black. No, I do enjoy decorating cakes because you know that you are going to be the one.
Excellent. That's
Okay,
beautiful.
well, it's a Graham-esque cupcake. We are going to pump out your information on our social media airwaves and support you and the rest of the angels as much as we can. Absolutely love this kind of purpose coming to bear in passion like this. Zanele, I'm sorry, we're going to courier some cupcakes up to you, my dear. What's coming up next?
I don't know if you guys are really going to courier these cupcakes because every time you say that, I never actually get the food. We'll see. But it's fine because right about now, we need to get on into this beautiful song that we have been talking about all in the name of celebrating 10 years of the Linden Market. It is the Greenside High Choir along with Ulungelo Moyo and Susie Swanepoel. It is called Let's, or rather, We Build Together, and it is Siake Sonke. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good clap.
Let the music fill your heart with love and joy for your life. From neighbor to a friend, stranger to another. The city of gold comes alive when we are all together. From all corners fill the news like God do.
Makers, movers and shakers, dreamers, doers, risk takers, hands together, watch it grow. Josie's rising, hear it roar. Together we are history in the making. Celebrating history in the making. Spice in the air, a song for the crowd, drums in the distance, laughter aloud. A stitch, a verse, a painted goal. In every verse, a story being told.
In the spirit of Josie, take me back to the motherland from where we began. Yo, hey, buddy, out in 10 years deep, we found our place to be 10 years deep. I take it off decadence, no experience, no key eminence, represent elegance. Hey,
Takers, movers and shakers, dreamers, doers, risk takers, hands together, watch it grow. Josie's rising, hear it roar.
show.
Celebrate the
Oh, let me know.
Cielo, ma che
Oh, let it show.
together we
Oh,
are
let me know.
rejoicing with the
Oh, let it know.
Celebrate the
Oh, make it show.
Cielo, ma che
Oh, let it know.
together we are
Oh, let me go.
rejoicing with the
Oh, let it show. Oh, let me go.
Cielo, ma che
Let it show.
together
Oh,
we
Belela.
Abelelo, Boatina, Sia, Giga. Together we are history in the making.
Oh, Belela.
Abelelo, Boatina, Sia, Giga. Celebrating history in the making.
Oh, come on. My goodness, I've literally got goosebumps. Oh, this is what you call an anthem for real. All in the name of celebrating 10 years of the Linden Market. Do not forget, you can get your tickets for this weekend, the 27th and 28th of September, on thelindenmarket.com. But oh, what talented humans. What I love is the fact that the talent continues here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Still coming up, we're going to be getting into a little bit of a Fuel the Fun, the snack off audition. And then we're going to be jumping on into Untold Stories with Absa, where we get to meet Boohmi. Make sure you don't go anywhere, because then you won't get the feel goodness. Yeah, we're going to be back in like 2 minutes. We'll see you on the other side of this. Yeah.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast show.
Welcome back. When it comes to our beautiful South Africa and the roads therein and our road trips, there is one thing that we all agree on. Snacks are non-negotiable. Okay, let's just put that on the table right now. But the real question is, what's the ultimate must-have snack for the drive?
It's a good question.
It is.
I've got a list. I'm just saying. It's up to us to defend our favorites and see which snack takes the crown. Only one? Only one? I've got a list because I just feel like as the passenger princess, as the co-driver, I've got to take care of you energy-wise. So either a coffee or an energy drink, sorted. Water, because hydration is key, sorted.
Okay.
And then snacks are great, but you've got to make sure that the stomach is lined as well.
Okay.
So a sandwich, toasted, goes a long way.
Sure.
And then comes the good stuff.
But are you pre-making the toasted sandwich?
No,
or are you stopping
I'm
to
not
get it at a...
making-
Yeah,
yes.
you see, that's just lazy. If it doesn't come in a little
Convenient.
It is. Convenience is great. I get that. But now I've got salt and breadcrumbs all over my lap.
And you've earned it.
I've got this weird stain from an energy drink that people are judging me
You do.
as I'm like,
But if they catch you on the long road, they go, it's more of a recognition. I'm
gonna just put it out there. If you had nothing else, okay,
Yes.
you might need the water. Biltong. Done.
I get it.
Comes in a pack. It comes in a few different forms, okay? So if someone is like, I'm not so into the Wagyu, you like Drovos?
Maybe.
Done, you know, and then I can hold drive. I can even put it in my mouth and look cool while I'm driving and not even
It is
have
like a
my hands
vibe.
just someone might think I'm like, it's a cigar I'm driving, and they'll like judge me, and I'll be like, no.
Put that in your pipe and
reverse.
smoke it.
So biltong makes a strong charge as the ultimate snack. Okay.
Okay.
You can hand it around easily if someone's not even that hungry, just a little bit.
I've got
If they're
something
really
to
hungry,
say.
you can have the whole thing.
May I approach the bench?
You may.
It will be gone in 0.7 seconds. What are you going to do for the next 6 hours of the road trip?
Well, process the protein, because it'll keep you fuller for longer. You know?
That is fair.
Like I said, it's not just any biltong. We're rolling with some fatty Wagyu, best life ever kind of biltong. It's surprising that we've come away from the chicken drumstick.
The boiled eggs.
And the boiled egg. There's nothing quite like that. My mom would send me to boarding school on a bus.
Ooh.
And then you just open that, and of course no one knows that you've just opened that, but everyone's looking around to try to understand
who did it,
what's going on. But I do miss that. I do miss that, like getting out. And I think maybe salt sachets didn't exist then, but you would have to put salt
in a
little thing and fold it.
Even
and
cling wrap, and then you tie the top of it.
Mom, I love you. I love you so much for the effort that you went to ensure that we were snacked on our way.
And healthy snacks as well.
Okay, so I'm going to say biltong.
Biltong. Okay,
Hands
if I
down.
had to choose one, I'm going chips. I think I'm going chips. Crumbs, salt hitting the back of it. Yes.
Oh, I do like that.
And then just the water to wash it down. That's it. Your snack is what is going to save you when the third argument hits. Hand over.
There you go. You might need something a bit more chewy for that. I always have a bag of jellies, maybe a sour worm or two.
I love a sour worm. Goes a long way.
So we are already out on that road. We are out there. I've got Celine Dion in my ears, and I'm feeling free.
I like that. Okay.
Okay, well, it's up to them to decide now.
Who's got the best snack? Okay, I think we've definitely spoken our snacks up enough, and you get to decide at the end of the day. Okay, Kelsey apparently has got the winner.
Okay, Kels, who's the winning snack, please? She's always judging us, man.
Kels, go ahead. Who's won this one?
Okay, what are they?
Okay.
Biltong. And I'm not talking just any biltong. Wagyu, fatty, gorgeous beef biltong, the most expensive you can buy.
Okay, I'm going chips. Any flavor you like, Kelsey, that's the one that I'm choosing.
Has to be biltong.
Yay! That's what she's earned. I'm going to
Grace.
do a TikTok dance for you today.
Good job.
Kels is the person who has to come up to us and very creatively think of how we can dance in TikTok videos
That's
for
right.
this show. And we have like a cult-like following as well. So we love her for that, and we love you for hitting the open road. And while the snacks keep the vibe alive, remember, Shell V-Power could be fueling so much more than your pit stops.
Because they're giving 5 lucky couples the chance to win the ultimate South African road trip and an unforgettable track experience for 2. So all you have to do is spend 750 Rand or more, tap or scan your V Plus rewards card 3 times this month, and then you could win. T's and C's, of course, always apply.
Thank you so much, Cape Town. And oh man, all of the best. You got to make sure that you go and enter. But for now, we're getting into something so special with ABSA. It is their series about the untold stories, the ones that matter and the ones that are truly so precious. And I'm so glad that this morning we get to celebrate a queen that has one of the most powerful voices behind some of the biggest Afro house anthems in South Africa. Now, I am talking about somebody who has been doing this for a while, but she still every single time is reinventing herself, staying at the top and allowing us to just experience her in a whole different way. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome, please. I am talking about the gorgeous songstress. It is Boohmi.
Oh,
hi, my Boohmi.
Hi, that's such a lovely introduction.
It's
Thank
true.
you. That's so kind of you.
Oh, my Boohmi. It's not kindness, it's the truth. I'm a truth teller. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
That's
I'm very
good.
well, thank you. How are you?
I'm amazing. All the better for us sitting down with you. And I think especially with you just really partnering with ABSA like this, I'm so excited for anyone who doesn't know your story to get to know it. And this is why we need to go to the beginning, because you're somebody who has a theatre background, where you started with the likes of Omongeni Ngema.
Yes, the legendary.
Yes.
The legendary.
Talk to me about that. How did that set us a foundation rather for you to be the artist that you are namhlanje?
You know, I'm so grateful because I come from a village, you know, there's not a lot of opportunities.
Yeah.
And I was in tertiary at Durban University of Technology.
Yes.
And there was a year where I had to take a gap year because finances, you know, challenges with finances. And in that year, then I decided, you know what, I've always wanted to pursue music.
Yes.
And this is the right time because I'm not going to school. And I found myself at the doorstep of Ubabumbo Ngeningema. At the time, he was running an academy of performing arts, you know, with all the youth from disadvantaged backgrounds, teaching us the ropes of the industry.
Wow.
And I'm so grateful for that time because I did not get a chance to study music, you know, as a, you know, in an institution. But that set up such a wonderful foundation for me, and I'm truly, truly grateful because everything that I am today, I've learned the performance, the writing of music, you know, all from him, the legend himself.
That is amazing. And then he birthed a legend because now we have Boohmi. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And babe, you broke out onto the scene with your incredible track, Uwena, with Heavy K.
Yeah.
Talk to us about what that moment meant when it was the biggest song in the country, but from a personal point of view as well as a professional point of view.
Look, that song was an answered prayer. It was an answered prayer. I had been trying to get into the industry for the longest time.
Yes.
And I wrote that song. And that song, you know, like the reason I'm saying it was an answered prayer is because it's such a personal song.
Yeah.
In the song, I am singing and I'm saying, mina kwasho baba wami wathi wena mntanami ngiyazidla ngawe uThixo ungiphile umzuleli wami. This was me affirming myself at the fact that I am a singer. My father said that you are talented. You are my songbird, umzuleli wami, and you shall make it. And that was me just affirming myself. And it's so funny that that affirmation, well, made it to a South African anthem, and everybody was just dancing to my affirmation. And I was really, really, really excited about that. And I really thank God for that opportunity. You know,
I love that.
To deliver something like that.
Girl, you delivered, okay? You did not hold back, and we love it. Oh, no, you did not try, my sister. You delivered in all forms. Thank you very much. I mean, even the fact that rather you've gone from just being an artist to also now owning your own record label as a woman in South Africa. I can imagine it comes with so many different challenges.
Oh, definitely.
Talk to us about what those are and how exactly did you even overcome them?
You know, I think it's very important. You know, representation is everything. In the industry, there isn't a lot of women who are producers, women who own record labels, managers of artists, you know, and so forth and so on. So for me, it was very, very important to be independent and to own my music, to own the masters of my music, because I think, you know, it's my talent, and I want to keep that. It's a legacy for myself and my family. And so I embarked on this journey, but is it not hard?
It's tough and rough, my sister. I have seen.
You know, it's got ups and downs. Hence, you sometimes people don't even see you because you are underground, just pedaling under,
just trying to stay afloat.
Just trying to stay afloat. And then you reimagine, you know, and you reinvent. And I'm grateful, but it's a journey that it's worth it.
Yeah,
it's definitely worth it. Yeah,
I think it's always worth it when you're in your purpose, which you most definitely are, which is why we just continue to see you shine, my Boohmi, and it's really incredible. I mean, thank you as well for being just the shining light that you are for so many people because they're looking up to you.
Thank you
we
so much.
appreciate
Thank you
it.
so much. I'm hoping that I'm able to inspire, you know, young women and women who want to get into the music industry, you know, to know that it is doable. You must just, I mean, I come from the village, you know.
From Dwendwe to the world, Sana.
From the village to the world, so it's doable.
And my Boohmi, very quickly, you know, what is that one part of your story that you genuinely hold so close to your heart?
You know, I hold close the fact that I don't come from what is the word?
You come from humble beginnings.
I come from humble beginnings, and I'm a firm believer in prayer. I'm a firm believer in staying in your purpose and living your truth, and just introducing yourself to the world the way that you are, and that the world will embrace you in any shape, form, or color. Just stay true to yourself and be in your purpose and your lane, and just stick to it.
Stay in your lane, Kesana.
Stay in your lane, Kesana.
I love
Don't
that.
divert.
I love that. that.
So yeah, I'm a firm believer in that.
Beautiful. My Boohmi City, hallelujah, amen, and thank you for everything that you are.
What a lovely interview to sit with you.
Girl,
A pleasure.
it's all about the untold stories with Absa, and we're saying your story does match.
Thank you, my love.
Thank you. From Dwendwe to the world, it is the Queen Boohmi, the songstress that continues to just allow Afro House in South Africa to evolve in so many different ways, and we absolutely love it. But you know, every single time with Absa, it's all about celebrating those stories that are both seen and unseen, and letting it in that each and every one of them matters, just like your story matters with Absa.
We see the person behind the banking profile. We see your story. Expresso was proudly brought to you by Absa. Your story matters.
It does matter indeed. Oh my goodness, I can't believe we've already got here a couple minutes after 8 o'clock. And in this final hour, we love fruit. Do we love fruit in a salad with avocado dressing? Ooh, add some spinach in there. I think it's the perfect spring meal or side.
Wow, our spring table has just come alive.
Do you understand?
I like that. I don't fully understand. No,
Okay,
we're going to have to see it to believe it.
I'll
No,
break
you
it
can,
down for you.
Do you cook a salad?
Do you? No,
Create.
you cut it.
You cut the salad. We're
Cut
going to
the
cut the salad after this. Adventure awaits, and Salini is ready to take you there. You stand the chance to win an incredible Salini Monte Carlo luggage set for you and your partner in the color of your choice, valued at 20,000 Rand. To enter, follow at Salini Luggage on Facebook and Instagram. Reply to the weekly competition post on Expresso's socials and use the hashtag Salini Luggage. Travel safe, travel elegant, travel smart, travel Salini.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. Good news. You can double your chances to win by playing your daily lotto for a guaranteed 400,000 Rand in the jackpot, and then a new daily lotto plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand jackpot today.
Oh my goodness,
Boom.
this Thursday, today. Now don't get left behind. Buy your tickets. You could do so now in store or head to the website nationallottery.co.za. There is, of course, the mobile app, cell phone banking on your phone, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash, and all of the USSD will be sent your way.
And we'll keep those deets up on our amazing social pages. You can check them out and hopefully double your winnings today if you play Daily Lotto for a guaranteed 400,000 Rand in the jackpot, and your Daily Lotto Plus for that guaranteed 150,000 Rand. Good luck. Just play now. Do it.
Goodness. Okay, I'm crossing
Come
my
on, own it.
fingers, but we did mention phones and being on your phone, and today is all about digital safety. We said good morning, fam. Hello, Expresso family. Are we as adults really setting the right example when it comes to digital safety for the next generation? And that is a big question that I too
We are
take
not.
responsibility
Unfortunately, I think we can all quite honestly say that to ourselves if we look at the behavior we are modeling. I mean, look, I was asking you something really important about the show.
And I was
you were just
checking
scrolling.
my TikTok.
Yeah, you were just scrolling. No, I joke about this because it tempers my own anxiety.
Yeah.
I've got 2 young kids, and already at my son's age group level, 8 or 9. That's why one of the experts that spoke earlier this morning, when he framed it beautifully.
Yeah.
When is the right age? Rourke was his name. Absolute genius in the space in terms of how you could coin a phrase. When are you ready? Is your child ready to have a smartphone? When you are ready for your child to see pornography and other inappropriate content. That's what it is.
Because the access is there.
It's instantaneous. It's one thumbnail away on what are called the safest child platforms. And I can speak from direct experience here. So it's terrifying. So we've got to look at ourselves. So I'd love to see how the people are handling this particular conundrum.
Oh, Keneilwe Carol, good morning to you. We should be educating the next generation about digital safety, as there's a lot going on and it's addictive. It really is. It's time consuming, takes away from spending quality time with loved ones, and it's important that we promote digital awareness. It's true.
100%.
The addictive part, it's like a drug.
Well, it is. It's a dopamine button.
There you go.
It's designed to be that. Good morning, Expresso family. This is coming from Selvi. The implications of our online actions are far-reaching and can have serious consequences. I like that slant. We need to be proactive in promoting digital awareness and educating the next generation about online safety and responsibility. It's a big task, but together we can make a difference. Sharing knowledge and experience is key.
I like that.
Can you come into studio, Selvi, and just kind of speak in our ear every day? That's a beautiful take.
Thank you so much, Selvi. And I like that they said it's a shared responsibility, sharing experiences, making sure we all get on the same page.
A shared learning. And I think I was watching Zolani, who's got an amazing podcast space, talking to Emma Sadlier, who does digital safety. Look her up online. Absolutely amazing. She related a scenario where the grandmother of a young girl, I think she was 6 years old, she fell asleep. The young girl got hold of her phone, went onto a version of YouTube that is supposedly just for kids.
Right.
At 10 o'clock in the evening, she started watching. When the grandmother woke up at 6 in the morning, she had watched solidly straight. That dopamine button was enough to keep a young child awake all night solidly for that full amount of time. They did a test to see how quickly they would get onto inappropriate content on this kids' platform on a very well-known cartoon that kids watch. One thumbnail. One thumbnail. That little girl was watching 8 hours of inappropriate content just from one thumbnail.
That is terrifying.
You
terrifying. Okay, well, we really hope that us opening up this conversation has really allowed you to reflect on yourself as well, and continue that conversation right there on our social media at Expresso Show is where you can find it, and head over to our Good Morning post this morning.
We're breaking the silence on piles with ActiProct here on Expresso and giving you the chance to win. You could win 2,000 Rand in cash each week just by joining the conversation. Simply head to Expresso's Facebook, X or Instagram pages and answer the weekly question using hashtag ActiProct. Competition closes every Sunday. Let's talk openly, find relief and win together. T's and C's apply.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, it's always so good to be with you, beautiful Expresso family. And thank you for trusting us to allow your day to start off on a great note. And you know, when we're together, it is all about the goodness. Speaking of goodness, we're here today with our Nestle family getting into their goodness platform. It is all about how you can, in fact, get on that platform to find out about incredible dishes that are nutritional. They have deliciousness within them, but they also have recipes that are as joyful as the springtime. Because when we do get to the season, it is all about lighter meals that have, you know, a little bit of fresh produce in them, but they also have got that goodness that you genuinely need when we talk about the vitamins and the nutrition. So who better than Nestle to guide us through it? And today we've got Anne-Marie, who is, of course, the wellness, nutrition, and incredible woman who is all about making sure that it is managed there at Nestle. And she's here to manage us in the kitchen. Everyone, let's give her a feel-good welcome, please. How are you, our wellness and nutrition manager?
I'm very good, very happy it's springtime.
Yes.
So, yes.
It's always good to get into this time of the year.
Absolutely.
But of course, we need to look after ourselves, right? So I need to ask you, my Anne-Marie, how are we doing that with these incredible bowls and dishes that you have for us today?
Well, we're going to make a very nice salad. But I think springtime is often a time when people are reflecting and they really want to get rid of some of the winter.
Wait, don't be afraid to say it, Anne-Marie. I know I picked up weight in winter, yes.
So, and then often we don't know what to do. And luckily in springtime and in summertime in South Africa, we've got all this fresh fruit.
Yeah.
And veggies. So we can actually make a mixture of it and actually make very, very nice salads. Yesterday was Braai Day, so this salad is ideal for that.
Oh, really?
That we're going to make.
Love
and then
that.
also what we often do is we try to, or what we should try to do is to eat less meat. Maybe try meat-free Monday, and we've got a little surprise there on the side for you on that one. That we don't always have to have meat to get protein in. We can get protein through various ways, and chickpeas is a very nice way of doing that.
Yes.
So there's a few things that we can do, and on the platform, which is now Nestle Goodness-ESAR, we have a lot of recipes, but there you can actually select in what you have in the house. So from there you can select in what you want to do.
I love that. It's like your own personal chef on a platform. That's what I feel like, just telling us what to do and what works together, right?
Correct.
100%. So for me, I'm looking at these ingredients and I'm just like, we've got so much fruit, and then there's the spinach. How is this all working together, my Anne-Marie?
So it's literally mixing it all together, and if that's okay, I'm going to just put it in a bowl. So we've got some nachos there, but you can use orange or you can use any other citrus. We've got some grapefruit here as well.
Yes.
Luckily, it's already cut up, which is very nice. And remember, with grapefruit, and I don't want to touch it now, but it's always good to take the white away from the skin, because that often adds to the bitterness. And if you don't have that, you don't have the bitterness.
Okay, yeah, I've never known that actually.
Strawberries are always good in anything.
Yes.
And what's nice about this salad, if you have some feta at home, you can add some feta to this. And of course, our blueberries just for the color.
Yes.
And then just another tip, when you use the leaves, you can put them on last. Because if you put them at the bottom and your salad has to stand for a while, it's going to wilt.
That is true.
So if you put it on top, it doesn't wilt so quickly. This is baby spinach, so you can use it with the stems. My children don't like the stems, so I normally cut them off.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yes, and then with that we have avocado dressing, which of course is also now coming into season.
Yes, and this is why I'm like, this specific recipe is genuinely so unique, because I'm like, I see the fruits, but then we're adding spinach, and then we're also adding the avocado. I love that.
And with the avocado, there's nothing better.
Yes, then
Worcester sauce. And really just about a teaspoonful. You don't need a lot, just a little bit to actually add to the flavor of the avo. It brings out that avo flavor. And in here we've got some orange juice, and there's our dressing.
Yes.
And we can, we actually have a full dish there, but I'll just drop it over. And then with two spoons, you can then just mix this all together, and there you have a lovely salad for Braai Day.
Anne-Marie, I feel like you have got so many tips and tricks here. I've learned so much already. I mean, even the Worcester sauce with the avo, I did not know that those two go together.
very nice.
I love that. That is beautiful. And I'm also here and I'm just like, I think that there's so many different things that we sometimes have in our kitchen and we don't know what to do with them, which is why then the Goodness platform comes in and it helps us out a little bit, especially people like me who don't cook, you know. But in terms of this specific recipe, you did obviously say earlier on that, you know, your kids don't necessarily like the stem, so you like to cut it off for them. Do you think that this is something that really encourages healthy eating in the home?
Absolutely, because this is an easy way of getting the greens in.
Yes.
And without even them knowing that it's finished that they're eating.
Yes.
They get these greens in and it's fresh. And that's the nice thing about salad, specifically, is that it's not cooked. So you actually get all these nutrients in a quick and an easy way, and normally the kids love it. So.
Beautiful. And one thing I also love about the Goodness platform is the fact that it has so many different, you know, aspects of it, from the recipes to almost helping you out with portioning as well. Can you speak to us just about how, you know, there's everyday habits that the Goodness platform can actually teach us?
Yes, there's a number of things. So what Goodness also teaches you is, we call it My Menu IQ. And there, when you plan your meal, it will tell you that you actually need a bit more veggies, or maybe you can cut down on the starch, maybe increase some of the protein, but it gives you a mark, a percentage, and then according to that percentage, you now know what you need to do, and it guides you in that way. But I think what's very important is, just from a practical point of view of eating, is the portion sizes that we have. And I really want to encourage everybody to use smaller plates. You know, the plates have increased over the years.
They are so
the size.
big. And Marie, they are so big.
And then the food looks very small and minute and very lonely.
And you think you need more.
Yeah, because you don't want them to be lonely.
Yes.
So rather have a smaller plate. You still have the same amount of food, but your plate looks full.
Yeah.
And that's really, we eat with our eyes.
We do.
So the moment you see my plate's full, then, okay, I'm going to have enough. But when you have a big plate and the food is lonely, spread
and then
over,
you think you need to finish all of it and everything,
Yes,
right?
yes.
But this is amazing, my Anne-Marie. I love it in terms of just our salad that comes in with the fruit.
On its own. So
Love
what
that.
you can do is prepare, it's also prepared with fresh baby spinach. But what you can do with that one is actually make a little bowl extra for lunch the following day and take it to work.
Beautiful.
Most of these salads, actually, when they stand for a while, they just become better.
They can become better. I love that. And honestly, I feel like you guys have done such a great job. Thank you so much, Anne-Marie. We appreciate it.
It's only a pleasure.
Oh, my goodness. It is goodness with Nestle. And my friends, the lovely thing is that they are not just saying, hey, come on over and be a part of these joyful dishes that are nutritional and delicious. No, they are saying, come and be a winner as well. Listen to this, because with the Goodness platform, you can actually be a winner, my friend. All you got to do is join, right? And on the line, you could win one of 5 vouchers worth 5,000 Rand. Did you hear that? 5,000 Rand could be all yours. But what you got to do is register on the Goodness website, rather, and follow them on Instagram or Facebook, and make sure that you have put all your details and everything there so they can get hold of you. But the competition ends on the 13th of October of 2025, and T's and C's do apply. But I'm crossing fingers for you. Why would you not want a voucher worth 5,000 Rand? Head on over and register on the Goodness platform. Still coming up, though, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we're jumping on into celebrating Boohmi. Itulo Lami is her brand new piece of work, and we are going to be with her. She's going to be even performing for you. And then, my friend, we're also jumping on into a whole lot more of goodness right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Don't go anywhere.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
I got some scene stealers in the studio with me this morning. I should actually try some dulcet tones because we've got a very special guest here. Spring isn't just about fresh starts in our homes. It's also the perfect opportunity to give our pets a seasonal reset. And whether that's grooming or parasite checks to refreshing their beds and toys, our furry friends need a little extra TLC this time of the year, I suppose, just like us. Joining us in studio along with a very special feline friend is professional groomer Jess Curtis from Well Groomed, to do amazing work, and she's going to share some expert advice on keeping cats happy and healthy this spring. We might even drift into the doggy space as well, because generally animal lovers love all animals. And can I say, what a superstar. This is a cat, y'all. Okay, this is a cat just chilling in the middle of our studio. This is Cohen, right? Tell us a little bit about Cohen quickly.
So Cohen is a rescue cat from Tears. I got him about 4 years ago. He, as you can see, has no tail.
It's kind of his thing.
Yeah, got into a little bit of a squabble with a dog, but he lives a very, very happy life. Very happy cat, yeah.
I mean, he's rocking it in studio. This is not a safe place for a cat
Yeah.
normally because of the noise, and it's an uncontrolled space. He is rocking it. I love him. So thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you do.
you.
And for opening up this conversation, because I think a lot of people feel like we need to do something around this time of the year, but we don't know where to start. But why is spring so important for kind of reconnecting with your groomer?
So particularly with spring, it's the season where cats generally shed their very thick winter coat, which they've been hanging on to. And it is unfortunately the time where all the loose fur decides it wants to hug our furniture and our clothes.
The dander.
Yeah, so on top of us not wanting the fur to fly around, it also helps the cat not have tangles and mats in their fur, and also means that fleas, ticks can get pulled out, any of those underlying things.
And a great opportunity, I suppose, to do a check-in,
Yes.
do a little bit of a health audit to see. So before it gets too uncomfortable for Cohen here, do you want to give us a bit of a demonstration of how
Yeah,
you would approach
no problem.
grooming?
So particularly with Cohen, because he is a domestic short hair and versus a domestic long hair, so any long haired breeds, the grooming might look slightly different, but I will go through it as we go. So first of all, you would use a de-shedder. So this allows for any loose fur in the underlying coat to be taken out. So if you go like this.
And, are you wanting to do it yourself? No, we
Yeah.
got this one. Cohen, we've got it. Or do you
So-
want to do me? Okay.
So this just takes out little extra pieces of fur. Then you can take your Swickler brush and just go quite gently
And
with
it's
him.
amazing to see how much came off the short hair.
Yes.
So don't think because it's a short hair that you don't need to still
No,
groom the
it's
fur.
very important. But the areas to look out for are the chest, the stomach, the underarms, and just behind the ears. Particularly with the long-haired breeds, you need to make sure, because they are so prone to getting tangles and mats, that you need to be checking these areas regularly, not only for their comfort, but also your comfort, that the
Yeah.
fur is not flying everywhere.
I remember seeing a dreadlocked Persian stray.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most terrifying things I've ever seen. It looked like a sheepdog.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that a lot of the areas you're pointing out are kind of key areas for parasites as well. What do we look out for? What do you kind of see in your experience as the major warning signs?
So particularly with spring, fleas love humid and hot weather. They hide in areas like behind the ears, under the arms, I mean, just generally in the fur. Some of the signs that you should be looking out for are scratching, biting, over-grooming. And if you do sift through the cat's fur, you can see little black dots, which is flea dirt. Dead giveaway that there are fleas present. And then also with ticks, if you have an outdoor cat, if it is exposed to a garden or grassy area, they are definitely more prone.
And times 10 for dogs, because
Yes.
they're obviously getting out there. They're in areas where fleas and ticks will be hitting
Yes.
their breeding cycle right now.
Absolutely.
Just very quickly added to that, it's not just them, it's their ecosystem. How important is it to wash and kind of clean out their spaces, their sleeping stuff?
Oh, incredibly important. I've also seen a couple times with clients, and I say if the cat bed ends up looking like a replica of the cat because of all the loose fur, it's time for a wash. Also with litter boxes, because they do get an odor, even if you are scooping regularly, they really do need to be changed. A recommendation by vets or other animal organizations is using F10 to clean the tray on top of cleaning the litter, which you would do every 1 to 2 weeks.
Oh, and I think that's something that a lot of us miss. Certainly myself, I don't really think about that. Absolutely love that. When it comes to protecting your animals, I know you're not a vet, but you have a huge amount of furry friends coming through your doorways. Something like a neck guard that has the complete full spectrum of protection for parasites. Why is that so important?
Well, I always say to clients, you know, herbal remedies might sound like a good idea, but really it's not the best option for your cat, particularly because you want their health to be in pristine condition. You want them to be happy. Because they are veterinary approved, you know that you are getting a high level of safety and effectiveness. So you know for them that they are happy, but you also know that you have a pest-free home.
Yeah, and it's just, and they love it. They'll take it, whether it's one drop, whether it's a tablet. They love it, and it works. Just getting your whole vibe here, I can understand why animals are so comfortable around you. Buddy, you've stolen the show today. He'll start some grooming on me on the other side of this. But with spring in full swing, ticks and fleas, yes, are a lot more active than ever. So keeping your pets protected is a must, whether cats or dogs. And Next Guard step in and step up. They make it so simple with a tasty chewable that gives dogs 1 month of protection. Done and dusted, or the convenient 3-month pack for that longer cover. And then for cat parents out there, there's Next Guard Combo, easily applied on the back of the neck in that spot. We all know for broad protection against fleas, ticks, and just about all of the heavy-hitting worms as well. Care for your animal, love for your animal. It's not just cuddles. This is what it looks like. Take care of them. Well done. You're amazing. You, buddy, are a scene stealer.
Going.
Well done.
We told you that this is exactly where you need to be. Thank you so much, my Cape Town family. And I say that it's where you need to be because of all of the things that are happening this morning. There's still so much on the way. But right now, I did promise you that there'd be more Boohmi on your screen. And of course, I told you she is one of the most powerful voices in Afro House in South Africa. And of course, she's also the queen that is giving us a brand new body of work. It is her EP, Iculo Lami. From giving us Wena, to giving us so many other hits, to allowing us to experience Afro House in a whole different way because she does it in her own way. Everyone, let's give her another feel-good welcome just because we can. It's Boohmi! Boohmilicious!
Yay, thank you.
Are you still good, my babe?
I'm still very good.
I love that.
Expresso.
Sana, please tell them. We can only treat the queen well, okay?
Oh, thank you.
My Boohmi, I know that there is so much that you have been through over the years, just being the artist that you are. But I need us just to jump on into this journey of music. You know, what has it really meant to you? How did it even change your life and allow you to become the best version of yourself that you are today?
You know, music is my purpose. Honestly, it is my purpose. I'm a big believer in, you know, that musicians are like healers, you know. This is my small nyana part, you know, at healing people. The other day, I met up with a lady, and she said to me, you know, there's a piece of music that you did, a song that you did, and every time I play it, it reminds me of my brother that's passed on, because when we played that song, it was around the times when we were happy with my brother. And, you know, it made me like so humble to think that, you know, someone is holding memories with the music that we create, and that's their soundtrack of that passage in their life, you know. So for me, you know, like I'm like, this is purpose, and I'm glad that I'm doing it.
That is so beautiful. And I mean, with you saying it's your smolanyana part to heal people, it's your big part. Music travels, it goes everywhere. Do you know what I mean?
Thank you.
And that's why it's so powerful. But talk to us a little bit just about, you know, the fact that when we talk about Iculo Lami, your new EP, it's a tribute to women. Why was that so important for you? And honestly, what even inspired it?
Iculo Lami, you know, I sit and I write music. I write from experiences. I write from where I am, you know, in the space that I'm at in my thought process and in my life, the experiences, everything that I'm experiencing, and I put that into a piece of paper and then into like a microphone. And for me, that is my song of that season. So Iculo Lami is the song of my season. At this season, this Boohmi that you see, this is my song, you know, and it's what I can offer to the people. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad. You know, it features I'm a super fan of Professor. He's here today. We're going to perform with him. And yeah, so it features him, and fans asked for a song from the both of us, because we've done so many collaborations, from Umoya to Mfogalanga to Gize. And yeah, we've got another song together. And I worked with amazing producers as well. DJ Active, whom he was a producer in my first album, The Birth of Boohmi, Drumpo, Ben Major, very, very established producers. So I'm very excited to offer this to the people. I feel like it's a good, solid piece of work.
It's a special one.
It's a special one.
And it touches on themes of faith, strength, and love.
Yeah.
Why did you choose those specific themes?
Because I'm a spiritual person, and like I said, that I want music to uplift people, to inspire people, and yeah, that's what is in there, When I play a song like Ufanelwe, that's my praise song.
Amen.
And I want someone who listens to that song in the morning to praise the Lord, because we are who we are because God is,
Praise God.
So yeah, I want people to just experience positivity, that's what I inject in my music. So yeah, faith, courage, inspiration, uplifting, that's what I'm about.
That's beautiful, my Boohmi. And I'm so glad that we get this beautiful body of work from you. You have spoiled us, and we cannot wait. But more than anything else, when I say we cannot wait, I'm talking about the fact that you're going to be performing for us here on our Feel Good Breakfast show. Yes! Listen, Mzansi, you need to make sure you stick around, because the Queen is about to take you on a musical journey, all in the name of her brand new EP, Ikulo Lami. It is Boohmi. That's going to be happening, right? But then also on the way, we're going to be jumping on into the Replenishment concert. We're chatting to Tebow Touch, and we want to touch on a few things. What's going to be happening exactly, and why you need to be there. And then on top of that, we still got so much more goodness right here on your Feel Good Breakfast show. Do not go anywhere. It's happening right here on S3.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, I'm looking at you the whole time.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show indeed, and you're still hanging out right here from the Samsung DQX in Johannesburg. We have got absolutely electrifying vibes. Why do I say that? Sana, it touches a move, ne? Because this guy over here, he is behind some incredible things. One of those is the Replenishment concert, the 4th annual, and it's something that we are so proud of. Why? Because if you are looking for a day that is not just about spiritual upliftment, but a day of worship, and also allowing you just to really meet up with other people who have the same passion as you, then my friend, the Replenishment concert is just for you. It is all happening, and we have the man himself behind it, the brain behind the concept, to let us in on what exactly we can expect when we head on over to the Replenishment concert, rather. I know I'm going to be there. The question is, are you going to be there? Let's get all the details from the man himself. Everyone, it's the king. Nobody can measure up to him. And more than anything else, he is the one who is bringing the vibes. It's Sivo Touch. Touch my touch. How are you?
Wow. Great intro. Great intro. Now I feel better for waking up because I'm not a morning person.
Really?
But when I saw that it's you, I said, oh, man, I'll sleep outside the door.
Oh, Touch, get out of here.
Yeah.
We're sleeping outside the door for the Replenishment concert.
Isn't it amazing? 4 years. It's been 4 years in the making, and we've done so well. This year we got the multi-Grammy Award-winning Bishop Hezekiah Walker. He lands today, by the way.
Come on.
Yeah. So I'm super excited, man. God has been amazing with this journey of replenishment and people just loving the experience.
Amen.
It's so unsurpassed.
I love it. And on top of Hezekiah, you've also got 12 of South Africa's biggest artists.
Reverend Benjamin Dube, Polimwangos Bunowa. It's about bringing all these amazing artists under one roof and let our patrons experience a 12-hour jam-packed show.
That's beautiful.
Back to back, nothing but the best. And we got to thank Metro FM because it's part of what we do every Monday, the replenishment segment for an hour. People who is dying for the live experience to say, let's take it out of radio and give it, you know, an experience outside. So we're doing it at Super Sport Park on Saturday.
Yes.
Doors open as early as 11 a.m. And I'm going to hold you up to it because people don't know this. I even asked you to do the ad for me.
It's true.
Yeah.
I voiced a little something.
You did. You're one of the most amazing human beings at SABC, and I appreciate your fellowship.
I appreciate you, Touch. I mean, people like us are because of people like you. So thank you. But I'm so glad that people are able to come and experience the replenishment in person, you know, live, like you said, for 12 hours. And this is why then I need to ask, how do you make sure that it's then more than just a concert, that it actually is a full-on experience?
So a lot of events don't allow parents to bring their children. We have 200 au pairs that are looking after kids.
Wow.
You can leave your kid and let the Holy Spirit touch you all day. So we are also offering free tickets for kids from the age of 2 till 12. But more than anything, it's become a food and fashion infusion.
Come on.
You know what I mean? If you see the images, the posts, like people go out looking amazing.
Yes.
And I love that because our presentation of our faith needs to come with flair. You can't gravitate to what doesn't inspire you. And if you talk about God, if you talk about the replenishment, you're talking about something that should uplift you, not just spiritually, but also socially too. So you get to fellowship with people at your level, spiritually. And it's a beautiful thing.
I love that. And Touch, that's so incredible. Touch said, we will dress up for God. We will look good.
Of course.
Of course. It's a mandate.
We have to.
Come on.
You know?
And Touch, I mean, I feel like, you know, there's been so much that has happened in the past 4 years. Talk to us about the evolution of the Replenishment concert.
If you think of the type of partners we've brought in, and I know we're on SABC, but we've managed to bring in credible partners to be part of this journey. And people have always experienced something different every year. We introduced sections where we have special prayer section. We've had Bishop Noel Jones the year before. We've always tried our best to not make it a typical music experience, but to bring in something that when you come to the replenishment and you are not a regular Christian that has a church home, you still belong.
Come on.
We break the barriers of these denominations where everybody just come as they are and experience a different move of God where you can reach a higher level of spiritual awareness without necessarily being every Sunday in church. Some of us get it happens once in a while, and I try by all means to ask each and every single artist, give people something from your old and new.
Yeah.
So a lot of new songs are coming out. Tina Zungu's album is going to be launched on stage.
Yes.
There's a collaboration we've never spoken about. Bishop Hezekiah is doing a special song with somebody on the lineup.
Beautiful.
So my vision for this is to see artists networking beyond South African borders.
Come
so every year we're going
on.
to give you A-list Grammy Award-winning artists.
Come on, darling. We absolutely love that. On
It
top of
has
that,
to.
Hezekiah is bringing his band, his choir.
21-piece.
Oh,
21-piece band.
it genuinely is going to be an experience, Tipo
Yeah,
Touch, and I
yeah.
feel like you can be so proud. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Earlier on, I said to you that no one can measure up to you. I say that because you're in a league of your own. And
Oh,
we
really?
appreciate that. Yes.
I didn't know that.
Oh, get out of here. You've always been a leader, and we appreciate
Oh
that.
man, now that you said that, 2026 is about to get out of this world. I'm doing the biggest R&B concert in partnership with SABC.
Come on.
FNB Stadium. I'm bringing two of the biggest R&B artists in history.
Ooh.
Ever.
So we're going to have to wait and see.
No, in history. This is the biggest. This is Chris Brown times 2.
Okay, so this is what you're gonna do, Tipo Touch.
Yeah.
You're gonna come back when
Of
it's time to
course.
release.
100%.
We want the exclusive here on
100%.
Expresso. Thank
100%.
you.
No,
we
definitely.
appreciate you.
No, I appreciate
Thank
you more. So
congratulations
yeah.
on 4 years of the Replenishment concert.
Thank you.
And we will see you on the 27th. Thank
Appreciate
you.
you. Yeah.
It is Tipo Touch bringing you yet another Replenishment concert on the 27th of September. My friend, you need to make sure that you are there. It is so much goodness that is awaiting you. You heard it's a 12-hour experience, right? And of course, Grammy Award winning Hezekiah Walker is going to be there. Question is, are you going to be there? Do the right thing. Get your tickets, my friend, from Ticket Pro. It is that simple. Can't wait for us to yet again be in the Replenishment concert, just the air, so that the movement can happen. You know what I mean? Right about now, you need to make sure that you do not go anywhere because Kala Kutle are cooking up a little something in terms of adventure, but in a stylish way. Check this out.
We've both cleared out our calendars today to check out Hyundai's bold new arrival.
Yes, the Santa Fe hybrid is here. And as Kutle said, it's bold, it's reimagined, and impossible to ignore. And look, this is where adventure meets luxury, because this SUV is not only just turning heads, it's rewriting the rules. And me and your favorite Kutle Adams are going to be exploring every single detail. Kutle, you ready?
Yes, let's do it, Kyle.
Farmhouse 58 is an impeccable scenery. What is the one thing that you want us as guests to take away today?
I think the setting is perfect for the vehicle, you know. This is exactly what you want families to do when they buy a Santa Fe. Just a drive in the Santa Fe to your destination is going to relax you already.
Who is it designed for?
I think it's for families, you know, whether you just need the space for mom picking up the kids and friends, because you've got the 7-seat, massive space in the vehicle, and you can go out on weekend trips. You can go camping, you can go boating. So it's got the all-wheel drive system. Yes, you're not going to go hard off-roading, but it will take you on dirt roads. It will take you to 80-90% of the places you want to be for a weekend getaway.
We've been admiring the Santa Fe hybrid from every angle, but the real story is behind the wheel, and I get an opportunity to experience this powertrain with its ride comfort and every single smart feature that you have been looking forward to. Let's take this proper SUV for a spin.
I know you weren't about to leave me behind.
Never.
Okay, first impressions of the car.
I would say really bold. I think the statement designs in here are exceptional, and it kind of feels like it's like really where adventure meets a lot of luxury.
Yes, an element of luxury with the cushioning of the seats.
Yes.
It's almost like I'm getting a hug.
Yeah, it definitely does feel that, and it feels like it's really catered for every person that's driving. Like as soon as you get in here, it's an opportunity for the car to tell you what it needs you to do in order to drive it more than anything else. It kind of feels like a computer on wheels.
100%. I mean, speaking about eco-friendly, do you know I majored in environmental geography?
You did?
I'm telling you. So the entire point of my course really opened me up to the impact of our everyday choices on the planet. So choosing an eco-friendly vehicle is more than a trend. It's really just about taking care of nature.
Absolutely.
And who said sustainability and style cannot coexist.
And if anything else, it's silence. You know, being able to charge the car, the fact that the Santa Fe hybrid is a hybrid, it really does give back to the people more than anything else, which I'm obsessed with.
What stands out as the most memorable feature for me are the cameras on each side view mirror. So if you're indicating left and if you're indicating right, you can actually see the camera that shows you any oncoming traffic towards you that maybe obstructs you from getting yourself into the next lane. That was a massive standout feature for me. And then also the opportunity to have yourself and your passenger driver both charge your phones at exactly the same time.
Everything in this vehicle is just very well put together, very well laid out. The curved display, the wireless charging bays, there's a plethora of charging ports. It's just so driver and passenger centric, so it's perfect for a family. So I think just the way they've done it in here is standout for me.
The Santa Fe hybrid has this bold new design. What is the vision behind this incredible machine?
I think it just gives the vehicle presence on the road. You know, you see that vehicle coming towards you on the road with the H-designed daytime running lights, you know it's a Hyundai, first and foremost. And then when it gets closer, you realize it's a proper SUV, the Santa Fe.
Oh my gosh, it's adjusting the seat.
I'll put you in your movie.
I love how intuitive this is. Listen, now it's my turn to really put the stunning SUV through its paces. Let's see if it suits my style. Are you ready? Of course. Safety first. Let's go, car.
Let's go.
I am feeling like it is grown, it is grounded, it is the perfect marriage between practicality as well as performance.
Yes.
I'm really excited to really take it through its paces, right? On different terrain here in Johannesburg. I feel like it's the perfect vehicle for both in the city as well as in nature, like today. I am an Eastern Cape girlie, and whenever we go home, we go from the city to the rural areas. This car is big enough to fit the entire family, all of our bags, especially the rurals, right? It's quite the tough and rough terrain, surrounded by mountains, etc. So this vehicle perfectly caters to that element and that vibe.
What stood out most about the car for me in particular is the front end design, if we're looking from an exterior design point of view. Not so typical yet, although we'll see them a lot more in the future. H-shaped headlights, and that makes the Santa Fe unique, at least in the SUV space where it plays.
I'm not an everyday driver. Kyle was holding his breath while I was behind the wheel, but there is a sense of comfort in knowing that there's security, number one, with how, you know, the technology within the car controls the car for you.
Hyundai Santa Fe hybrid thought of everything for its customer. It's for a memorable family, but also for a family that's looking for a touch of luxury, which is exactly who I am.
Let's look behind us. Is there a car behind us? And you can just do a full swing. Can you? Go for it. Let's do a full swing.
There's no corner.
Yeah, there's no cars. You're good. You can go all the way. Go all the way. Don't even worry. Just keep going. Yes.
Oh, you're such a fantastic driver. From the design, the technology, and how it drives, this brand new SUV stands out in every single way.
And if you're looking for something adventurous or just reimagining the possibilities, the Santa Fe hybrid will take you there. Because why? Adventure needs luxury.
Oh, Kuhle and Kyle look so good together. Please put me in the back seat next time. I would love to get into the convo and definitely the music that you guys were jamming along to. Well, listen, right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, we just have a few minutes left with you, and we're going to squeeze in as much entertainment as we possibly can. Boohmi, yes, she's up. We've been waiting for the music, and she's going to come on through and perform just for you, Expresso fam. So before you start your day, don't go anywhere. This is going to put you on the right foot.
Welcome back live. Just for a few more moments to bring you some good news. You can double your chances to win today by playing your daily lotto for a guaranteed 400,000 Rand in the jackpot, and then the new daily lotto plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand jackpot today. So please don't get left behind. Go and get your tickets in store. You can go online, nationallottery.co.za. You can use their mobile app, your own cell phone banking setup, or just dial *120 *7529# and get USSD directly sent to your phone. And we'll keep those deets up on the Expresso socials so you can check them out. And then hopefully win big today. Your daily lotto for a guaranteed 400,000 Rand jackpot. Daily lotto plus for the guaranteed 150,000 Rand. Good luck. Well, it's a klein Vrydag. Let's let it feel like that. I think Boohmi is standing by.
Oh, yes, she is standing by. Thank you so much, Graham. Everybody make some noise for Boohmi featuring Professor and DJ Active. It's Dali.
Nada Feel Good production.
so much, guys.